This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and we are here live on it's Monday. It is Monday here. Special Monday edition of the Squadcast. Just be glad that we're gonna be here this week, I guess.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when it's like, hey, yeah, we're not gonna be here Tuesday, we're probably gonna do an episode this week.
Yeah. But this time we were like, let's move it up. You know, it's the opener.
Yeah.
Big exciting weekend. You know, see if we gotta change things around a little bit. But we're gonna welcome your Tuesday. Beautiful.
Exactly. And then you have an entire week to listen to us, not just 2-3 days until the game.
Let's get those downloads going.
Yeah, baby.
Artificially inflate them numbers.
And of course, the man who's sitting to my left, on camera right. Is that what they would say? Stage right?
I don't know. Stage left or right. One of the two.
I'm
Chris.
actually sitting to your.
Not you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about Chris.
That'd be stage right, yeah.
Stage right.
That's Chris, guys. Welcome, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
This really didn't work out. This is why we gotta get rid of the cameras, because then you guys just have new things to argue about. I'm good, man. A very exciting week in my life, in a positive way, I think. How
Yeah,
about
man.
yourself?
There's some changes coming now.
Yeah, I'm going through changes.
That's a great song.
I sound just like him.
I mean,
Spot on. Can't even tell, really.
yeah, no.
At least not really the best singer in the world.
I mean, it's the feeling.
Can we play that song? We don't have any sponsors, right? We're good. What are they gonna do? Demonetize us?
We'll play it in the Patreon episode.
Boom! Yes, let's do that.
And then, of course, we're always joined in the studio because it's his studio technically. So
It's at his house.
yeah,
You
it's
got
his
to.
house.
You got to.
Producer Ben, how you doing, buddy?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you,
You're
Tom.
good people, Benny.
Thanks. You hear that, Ed?
You hear that, Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing good, man. The wife's getting over being sick, so I was like playing Mr. Mom last week.
You guys
the
got
end of
like
last week.
you guys got like super flu going on in this house, man.
Well, no, she was the only one that was sick. Because she has a compromised immune system, so it's like any little bug, she's gonna get way worse than everybody else.
Wow.
Why is she
So-
walking around with those painter masks on?
She does. She actually.
Is she really? She's walking around with
During a bad flu season, yeah. Because for those who don't know, my wife is she had breast cancer about 4 years ago. She had 6 lymph nodes removed. So anytime
Is that
like
a lot?
yeah,
How
it's a
many
lot.
are there?
I don't know, but they tell me that's a lot.
Okay.
You have 20.
So
You just pull that number out of your ass.
I like that. I like the smile I had now. Like just in case you believe me.
I can't pronounce words most of the time. You think I know how many lymph nodes are in the body?
He's looking it up.
Yeah, I am
He's
looking it up.
Absolutely looking it up.
So but yeah, anytime
Holy
there's like
shit.
any sort of
They
sickness,
took how many?
6.
There are between 501 and 700 lymph nodes.
Oh, so that's close.
Yeah. You were pretty close.
That's fucked up. All right. Sorry.
So she does walk around with like the
Your groin
the
has
mask on?
100 nodes, 100 lymph nodes, like your dick area.
Does that mean like? Never mind.
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
anything
I
about
think like
lymph
Ben
nodes.
probably has like 20.
27 on a Saturday.
27 when he was younger. You know, we can get him.
really get going.
But they're wide lymph nodes. You know, that's what makes up for
It's
it.
important.
That means they're better.
Oh my god, this might be my
Starting,
favorite
Oh
song
my
of the
God.
episode.
starting strong.
Exactly.
The best part of my week so far.
Yeah, I know, man. We haven't really dealt with the flu in my house, so that's good.
Oh God, like what was that movie with Outbreak? My house is like Outbreak, like the Motaba virus. It's just going like person to person. Like first the boy got sick, then the baby got sick, so Erica and I got sick, and there are like our daughter Sonia. She's just immune to all these things that going on.
Because once a baby's sick, like
It's
like,
over.
Because it's just they just breed bacteria.
Well, his thing is like he just sneezes and sneezes and
On-
sneezes.
but
He just keeps like
He sneezes in your face.
projectiles. Oh, he coughed into my mouth today, man. Like,
Oh,
and you just look at him, and
you're like, he ate some Cheerios this morning, didn't he?
I know what he ate. I fucking fed the kid, and then he coughed it back at me. But like, he has no understanding why these things are happening, or like that mucus is gross, so he'll just sneeze and then walk around the house, and you try to like wipe it from him. He's like, "Get the fuck off of me!" And it's like, man, but you're a ball of disgusting germs right now. What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah.
Ugh. I love him. You know, he's all right, but he's He's gross. He's so gross.
They're just disgusting. Children are nasty.
Yeah. Children and really old people. They're both
You hear that, Ben?
Ben.
Yes. I'll agree.
That's why gotta worry about Ben, man. He's when they talk about the coronavirus and who's susceptible to it.
Nah, Ben's weird like church political group. They've had the antidote to the
I was
coronavirus.
like, they've had the vaccine.
They had the antidote for the coronavirus.
We've
for a
had the
long
vaccine
time.
for a while.
They're like, oh, this is just population control. All the people we think might vote. Who's like, so the Democrats have the Republicans, and the Libertarians seem to have like everyone. So who's you guys' like political Boston Red Sox Yankees? Like who's your big? That's our enemy.
We don't have one, man.
What?
We love our enemies.
These are fucking boring.
Yeah.
You got it's. I mean, I'm sure politics isn't like an action movie, or sports, but it would be better if
we should ask Ben what side he's on the Palestinians or the Israelis.
Let's get into this, Ben. Let's get into these hot button topics.
What side are you on, Ben?
Man, I'm in the the nuke the entire Middle East side.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know what the
into
right
glass.
answer is, but that's definitely wrong.
Oh, yeah, it's not wrong.
Just turn it into glass and
Turn it
start
into
over.
glass.
I was
Yeah.
like, I was saying it was from a podcast.
Tesdy.
Yeah.
So just turn it into glass. Oh no, that's a horrible.
Now this turned into
2600
different
Fahrenheit,
direction than I
man.
wanted to
Oh my
turn into.
god, that's terrible. I'm saying that's terrible, Ben. You shouldn't say that.
You should love everybody, Ben.
I do.
Again, I don't know what the right answer is, but that is incorrect.
Ed had the right answer right there.
Love everybody.
Love everybody.
That's it.
You need to get a Palestinian and a Jew together and just make them hug it
A
out.
Jew?
See that the hatred behind
A
that?
Jew?
Together,
I don't.
make them hug it out.
Oh man, I feel like we should
Get an Arab and a Jew together.
We got to turn his microphone off. Oh man. What
Hey, I didn't say them. I said, hey.
what happens in this house on Mondays? Where you're
I don't know,
you're on a
but
totally
I was
different
telling-
path.
The wife, because we stream on all the different platforms now.
Right.
She just happened to stumble
Yeah, so a
across
lot of people are hearing
realize that you know what, we're on Facebook, and she's she's either in bed or getting ready for bed. She comes across the show, so now I gotta
Uh-oh.
Erica watches every now and again. I see we're on Periscope. I've never watched this on the Periscope before. I'm watching it now.
yeah,
Because
Periscope.
that's Twitter.
Yeah,
But we don't
feeds
pay
to
attention to
Twitter.
the Periscope like live chat.
No, I'm not. Neither do we on the Facebook one. And there's like I go back and I see there's comments on there.
On the Periscope comments. Oh, I'm gonna address two people right now. Actually, Gingerfire, you hang on one second. Charlieb, that's Charlieb.
Did you say gentrifier?
Yeah, Gingerfire.
Okay.
Charlieb in the Periscope. This is a soccer podcast. You just hang on, man. We'll get to it. I'm going to talk about the guy.
I think that's the same that says it every week. It's fine.
We're gonna
have
get there, man.
An hour and a half of soccer.
Don't you worry.
eventually.
I got a
Probably
stat
2
that's gonna
hours,
blow
but-
your goddamn dick off. So you just wait.
Yeah,
You just hang on, man.
Chris has been like we've been here for like 30 minutes.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
All I heard from Chris is like, man, I got some stats. Bro.
I got a stat. Fucking.
I got some stats.
You only been here for 30 minutes, dude. He texted me because, hey, don't worry about it, man. I'm working on some stats.
I told him I was here. Well, I was like, I was here. It's not even a stat. It's like a factoid. It's like a trivia question. But I told him I was here, and he's like, yeah, I'll be out in a second. I'm like, it's cool. I just thought of something that I don't have the answer to, and I got to go figure it out. And so I went through, I wasted my time basically and found out something I didn't know about the galaxy. So fucking
that's
Charlie,
pretty
hang
rare.
on.
Not a waste of time then, man.
Hang on. Yeah, just fucking calm
That's-
down, man.
For me, I think anytime Chris doesn't know a fact about the galaxy, like it must be like super rare.
There's a lot of like weird things that it's mostly things I didn't think about. So it's something I haven't thought about yet. And then as soon as I think about it, I'm like, I don't need to know it. And then it just eats away at me until I like dig deep and do the research to, learn that Cameron Dunbar is the 6th youngest galaxy. Again, it's mostly meaningless things nobody cares about. That's the central,
Yeah.
the central focus. It's like, I want to know it. Nobody else wants to know it.
All right, and yeah, if you guys are listening to us live on this Monday night here in Gardena, we are live on, like Chris said, on the Periscope on Twitter.com/Riot Squadcast, Facebook.com/Riot Squadcast, but mainly the big boy, the big group chat where the fire happens. That's on YouTube.com/Riot Squadcast. Go there, like and share. Get more earballs and eyeballs on this. Go
Hey, either of you guys know if we're
click it.
on our, do we stream live onto our webpage?
I
That's
don't
probably
know.
something we should know, right?
You would think.
I don't know what
You
Josh is
think
doing.
one of us would know? Hey, Josh, hit us up. Let us know.
Josh is like, you think I'm fucking listening to you at 10 o'clock on Monday?
Yeah, he'll listen to us tomorrow on his ride to work.
Maybe.
Josh, tomorrow.
Just
evening.
let us know.
When you hear
Just
this-
like randomly,
When you
yeah.
hear this 12 hours from now, let us know.
1,800 people are like, who the fuck is Josh?
Yeah, exactly.
We love you, Josh.
Josh is the real brains behind the show.
You're
He's
good-
like
yes.
he's like our fourth Beatle, you know?
I'm down with that.
He's definitely the Ringo Starr of the Beatles.
Does that make
of the Red Squadcast?
Does that make Baraldino? Am I pronouncing that right? Does that make him our fifth Beatle?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well-
what do you mean the fourth Beatle? There were 4 Beatles, weren't there?
That's what I'm saying. He was our fourth Beatle.
He's our Ringo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, more like I haven't been more like the Ringo, but
So you put who's Josh? Because this,
yeah, Josh is definitely our George Harrison. Like
I respect
he makes
that.
things work.
Yeah, he's the real glue.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
then becomes where this question was
Oh,
always
man.
going.
Yeah.
Ben, you tell us where this question's always going.
Because we've already discussed you're the Ringo.
You're the Ringo.
Like you're
Makes sense.
there.
Makes sense. I'm like
They know you.
Yeah.
Don't really care, but they
Yeah.
know you.
Josh,
The most Josh who's
George
who
Harrison,
is the real glue.
Yeah.
a little blow away.
God, that's rough, man. I mean, yeah, it's because the real genius behind the Beatles was Paul McCartney.
So okay.
So that means
So
you're
I'm Paul McCartney. That's cool.
no, you're clearly John Lennon,
This was my thing. I was like,
and you're clearly Paul McCartney talking.
and Paul, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Okay. The way I looked
that means
at it,
Ed's gonna get offed by some dude.
Ed gets off to dudes. Let's friends.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Um,
Hey, it's cool. All right.
Hey, I'm not passing judgment, man.
this was 2020.
Except
yeah.
if you're from the Middle East.
The way I chose to look at it was like,
You're not a Jew.
God, you gotta stop with that. I figured. So you're Ringo, George Harrison. The way I took it was like I was Paul McCartney, and I was John Lennon,
You are Paul McCartney.
and
You
I'm
should
John
both-
Lennon, and you're a lovely
like-
Pete Best.
I'm like one of like
You're-
You're
guitars.
Pete Best. You're the drummer who quit.
I'm like one of the guitars.
You're like you're in Wings. You're in Wings with me. That's the right band, right? I don't listen to Paul McCartney.
Cool.
Yeah, that is the right band.
Cool.
Nah, you're the wind beneath my wings, sir. I miss you. In a soccer sense. You happy, Charlie? Is it good? Is
Yeah.
it good, Charlie? Is that
It
what you want?
It's like I do in
Talk
a
little-
soccer sense.
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin, you want
With
to
a
hit that jingle,
throw-in.
sir?
Mars News. This is Mars News. It's not real news. This is just Mars News about stuff and things we want to talk about. Mars News. This is Mars News.
All right. We got some Lars news here for you guys, sent directly from El Presidente himself. Christopher?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Capo from
Oh,
Andrew.
are you
There you
Capo
go.
Supremo? I'm your dad now. The one and only. He's not on any of the socials. Andrew Alessandro.
No social media presence. So for Lars News, all he had to say really is that the game for Saturday, the home opener, completely sold out for Lars. 137 sold out. 138 is sold out. 338, the bleachers above the section is already sold out. Everything is gone as far as we can control. If you can get a ticket on the aftermarket, obviously, come show up. That's a good idea. But as far as Lars is concerned, we're all done and good. What? Wow, he's burst out laughing. Ben needs to interrupt. Give him 1 second.
Yeah, give him a second.
BR Madness said Ed is Yoko.
I mean, we probably have the same singing voice. It's,
Similar.
yeah, same musical talent.
So because it's so sold out and it sounds like Lars has moved a whole lot of tickets for this. Tailgate starting bright and early at 3:00. I believe it's a 7:30 game,
Yeah.
correct? So the tailgate's going to start at 3:00. People will probably be there a little earlier if you plan on showing up a little early. Tailgate is going to start shutting down at 6:30 sharp. Need everybody inside because there is a TIFO display for the home opener. So 6:30 sharp, wrap your drinking up, show up early, have a good time, but try to get inside as quickly as you can after. First Fridays is going to be back this week at Boomtown Brewery. It starts at 7 p.m. It's a season kickoff party as well. Everyone is invited. Doesn't matter if you're in Lars or in the ACB or Galaxian, anywhere else.
Now, can you tell me if they're gonna play the song "Here Comes the Boom" by POD?
if you show up, I will guarantee that song gets played. Does that make you happy?
Let's walk in slow mo.
Boom! Here comes. That's Ed's way of telling you he's not going.
No.
But it's Boomtown Brewery at 700 Jackson Street in Los
I'm
Angeles.
gonna work till like 9:00 in
I'll be there.
Irvine.
You should just drive on up. Oh, it's in Los Angeles. I'm not going to be there. Yeah, sorry. It's in. I just realized it's in LA. I'm not going to be there. I'm not saying don't go. Just don't go there expecting to see me because I'm not. I won't be there. I don't leave Long Beach anymore.
The bubble.
But yeah, it is. It's 21 and over, so no kids. Sorry, but bring your kids to the game on Saturday, nice and early, and then they can drink with us, and everything will be fine. They can have like apple juice or chocolate milk or whatever they do.
Is that a new White Claw flavor? Apple juice.
I wouldn't know an old one. You're kind of. I'm a beer and whiskey man.
Black
myself.
cherry, baby.
Black cherry. That's the go-to.
Yeah.
Once you go black cherry, you never go
Back cherry.
back cherry.
Yeah, no.
But that's it. That's your large news. So show up nice and early. I'm getting there. Me and Jonas are going. We're gonna be there bright and early. So come by, say hello. Make me look like the greatest dad in the world in front of my 15-year-old again. You do an excellent job at that.
Yeah, Lars is good there. Galaxy fans are good at that. Biggie,
They just like I stand there with Jonas just talking to him. People keep coming and say hi to me.
Oh, hey, Chris. I love the show.
They're like, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you or your son. I'm like, what? Fuck him.
By the
Keep
way, I got
talking.
that. I went to, so I actually wasn't antisocial this weekend, and I went to the viewing party in Southgate.
I loved seeing that.
And I had a listener come up to me, like, hey, I love the show. And unfortunately, I was leaving at halftime, so he was like, I'll buy you a beer. I'm like, I'm actually heading out, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Always a thumbs up situation.
Yes, I appreciate it. It was a good turnout, man. I didn't really know what to expect.
You had a good time.
Yeah, and it's like a mile from my house, so that was kind of cool.
I respect that.
Yeah, but big ups to ACB and all the people who put those together because that was pretty awesome.
Where was it when you were at?
I was at the Barley and Hops, I think, or Hops and Barley. It's one or the other, but in Southgate, it was pretty cool. Like literally, it was like a mile from my house. Like I was planning on.
You're an on-air personality. Why don't you just speak into the microphone where everyone can hear you?
I try and lead him a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
But it's just like in a conversation, just be like, which place you go. I'm just saying, pulling back the curtain, making everything work. Sorry.
Anyways. But yeah, if you guys ever wanted to show your support and show your love, you can always go to our website, riotsquadcast.com. That's where we're going to have articles up. We're going to have the prediction game. We have all our social medias, everything up there. I think we still have a shirt for sale up there.
We might be getting streamed there soon.
Who knows? Who knows? But also, other than that, you can also go to our Patreon, patreon.com/RiotSquadcast. $5 a month. We try to do an episode a week, extra content. Last week we did our specific predictions. So if you want to know what our like not just we're gonna win a game, blah blah. Specific. Pacific.
With the work.
Yes. With the
we got a new patron today, sir.
Was
I
that?
don't know if you saw. We got a new patron today. Yeah. Our good buddy Scott. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Scott.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, you guys can go to patreon.com/RiotSquadcast for that. And I believe we're gonna have some other stuff going up this week, other than just an episode. We might have some extra content. So
it should. Hopefully, it will be up by the time you get this.
there you go.
We didn't say what. An article from a review of the Houston game.
There you go.
From a Squadcast writer, Baraldino. It's gonna be called "A View from the Hamptons." So keep an eye out for it. It'll be on the site. We'll tweet it out the whole
sounds
deal.
bougie.
It is. Yeah, that's the thing. It's supposed to sound classy. Yeah. It's something Frasier would read if he was into the Galaxy.
It's got to class up his ass.
Yes, yes. Like when you think about the prostitutes, like the escorts. This is what they would read.
Yeah,
Escorts of the Galaxy. They would read this.
I get you.
We should start that service.
Oh, please no. Please don't do that.
That's the name of the show.
Escorts of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's the name of this episode.
We're just gonna rename the podcast that.
There you go. We're big old sluts for the Galaxy.
All right. Let's get into the game. LA won. Houston won.
Everybody had some fun.
No, too much. Okay, sorry.
That's why they need to watch the video.
That's why you need to watch the video.
Somebody make a gif of that.
But we're gonna do some ups and downs. It's probably gonna be very similar ups and probably many downs.
Yeah.
Let's go around robin.
I like it.
I mean, the first up, and it's probably gonna be the obvious one. Pavone.
What a fucking thunder bastard of a goal.
Woo!
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
One more time. Woo!
My voice doesn't do that. Woo.
I mean, the man looks
I told you.
like he's in preseason, like he's in mid-season form already.
I told you.
I mean, he looked that way in preseason, and he just continues. It's.
No, you hit the nail on the head, man. He looked like a man against boys, man.
Oh yeah.
It was beautiful to see.
And we're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a lot of that this year.
Really quick, Galaxy game on Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff. Do not show up late on account of us.
We were gonna get to that.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
My apologies.
that's all good. What do you guys? I mean, silky smooth.
I want to give it up to Bingham, man.
What?
Assist leader.
Oh.
The LA Galaxy.
I was gonna say, I'm like, well, hold on.
Yeah, and then you give it down to Bingham.
While you're at it,
Yes.
if I may, David Bingham's assist is the first assist by a goalkeeper for the Galaxy since Kevin Hartman assisted Carlos Ruiz away to FC Dallas on April 12th, 2003.
Is that one of your stats?
Yeah. That's 17. Oh, damn near 17 years. It's
Yeah.
fucked up. Like, it was a hell of a kick out. Amazing first touch from Pavone. But, like, Bingham's never going to hit that again.
That's crazy. I feel like Ricketts had an assist or two.
You would think.
You would think.
Second assists. A lot of second assists.
Okay.
Because
An
he
MLS
would,
assist.
I mean, clear the ball 70 yards
Yeah.
every time he kicked it. But it would go on, it would get onto someone and then, they would launch someone else out. But from a direct assist from a goalkeeper, Kevin Hartman. And I watched the game. I watched the highlight. It's terrible. The worst defending you've ever seen in your life.
Of course.
We'll tweet the
MLS,
the last assist.
What was it? You said 2003?
2003.
So 17 years ago, MLS defenders?
It's on a football field and it's bouncing. Like,
Of
it's
course.
bouncing a lot. I'll tweet it out right now.
Yeah, of course.
Ed, what up you got? Besides the Pavone.
Besides
A
Pavone,
real one.
the away supporters,
Yeah.
the travelers.
Well, I think that's one of the worst parts about this game is that the supporters and maybe stretches of play. I think we had a couple of 15-minute stretches where we looked
I think
a little bit dangerous.
the opening 15 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and there was about 15 minutes in the second half. where I
Opening
thought we
like
looked good.
60 seconds, we almost scored.
Yeah,
We had that Katai header that went off the post.
yeah.
Like, but then it just
Well, that's the thing is,
What did you do?
it was.
he couldn't raspberry there
Is that? Yeah.
or fuck.
Yeah, I had to lick my lips like El Cool J. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I have a toddler. I do raspberries all day. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
bro.
I live this life.
You live that raspberry
I
life.
live that raspberry life, son.
Yeah, I mean, I big ups to the away supporters. I mean, that's the thing, man. There wasn't really too many positives that came out of this game. And I think I go back to your tweet, Chris. It's just one game.
Just one game.
It's just one game.
Everyone calm the fuck down.
It's just one game. They're still finding their rhythm. They're
Yes.
still, learning to play with each other. It's still a little disheartening to see that the play still looks like we're hoofing it up to Zlatan. Like, it's a lot of hopeful balls,
Mhm.
a lot of aerial crosses.
Mhm. We played Zlatan ball a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the vast majority of the game.
And that's what it was a little bit worrying to me.
It's week 1. Hernandez is new. Katai is new. Kleshchen is new. Leggett played in a more reserved role than he did play last year. It's Pavone's 14th game. Insua is new. Dupuis made his debut. Like, there's 7 guys where you're like, I could see them not really gelling and it all kind of making sense in an actual competitive game.
Yeah, you have that center midfield that's, I mean, let's be honest, 2 of those guys aren't going to be starters.
Right. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Just take a deep breath.
Speaking of Katai, are you a little concerned?
The early substitutions?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think you're protecting him. I think you're giving him, you're making sure there's not too much on his back. Ease him into it. I hope it doesn't become an Emma Boateng situation. But I would say I'm going to stress about Katai as much as I'm going to stress about Hernandez.
Right.
If I'm going to be logical about Hernandez and say, it's probably going to take some time for him to get going. One game and a preseason isn't going to be indicative of his whole story while he's here. I have to do the same to Katai. Both of them, they're shortening leashes, of course, but yeah, I'm going to give it a couple games and wait and see.
I think that's kind of the hope for the team in general. Like
Mhm.
it's a wait and see attitude because it's again first game of the season. It's going to be a lot of disjointed passes, a
Mhm.
lot of losing possession.
The single most important player for our team as a whole was missing.
Yeah, and that was
The midfield general was missing.
and it's clear.
Yeah, it was
It's
obvious.
so clear.
It's one game.
It's so obvious that we were missing Jonathan. in
It's
that
one
midfield.
game that Jonathan isn't playing.
Yeah,
And we didn't lose. Like there's an up for you. We didn't lose away to a team that was very good at home last year, and we were terrible. That game, we lose that game last year.
yeah,
We lose that game last year.
yeah.
If we played the exact same way, we lose that game last year. So
You just got to. We're very lucky that Houston's like not
they're not very, but we probably lose playing that exact same way in that exact same match last year. So I take 1-1. It was a game that we gave the result away, because we probably could have won it if not for a weird boneheaded like 30 seconds.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that down then.
Well, let's wrap up our ups and then
Okay.
but it's just the one, and it's early, and we didn't lose. Like I'm comfortable not losing.
What about so I think another up that I'm thinking of is the debut of one Dupuy.
Dupuy, yeah,
He looked good,
I'm
man.
loving that man.
Look good.
Yeah, he does look. He looks very good, very very good. He seems like he's gonna be a good prospect.
I think it's a lot easier to look good next to Giancarlo.
Which is weird because, like, statistically, Giancarlo had a pretty stellar game, but he's definitely at fault for the goal.
That's the thing is, the defense didn't look that bad. Like even Felcher looked better in this game. There was a lot of good like time slide tackles.
Mhm.
Insua looks like he's gonna boss this league.
That was my real up. It was like,
Okay.
oh, and so it's just everything I want in a left back.
I can see the potential in how this backline can work as a unit
Mhm.
and be successful. But it's just those brain farts that are just going to lead to goals. And you saw that with the goal with and this is the debate that's been going on in the Lars chat or the Lars Discord
Mhm.
About who's at fault. Who do you guys put that more on? Do you put it more on
I
Bingham?
put it on Giancarlo.
On Giancarlo.
Well, it's Bingham should have done better. Giancarlo put him in a position where he needed to do better.
Yeah.
I think they both fell asleep. Like exactly what you said. It was a brain fart. They both fell asleep for a second, and it cost them.
Bingham completely loses his post, which is goalkeeping 101.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know where you're at as a goalkeeper, you're lost. What are you gonna really? What can you do?
That's kind of like your one thing you need.
He's guarding a goal kick. Like, that's positionally, he's guarding a goal kick. But Giancarlo goes to press. I forget who had the ball for Houston, but Giancarlo goes to press the midfielder for Houston, white guy with the Corey Matthews hair, who played a great ball through like 3 or 4 Galaxy players. But Giancarlo goes to press him, and I think he thinks he's the last defender, because I watched the goal that they scored a couple times. I think Giancarlo thinks he's the last defender, so once he presses up, the guy on his shoulder is offside. He doesn't see that Nick Dupuy is standing behind him, off to the right, about 3 or 4 feet behind him.
Well, I think what it looked like to me was that he tried to cut off the pass before it got there.
Yeah.
So you saw there was one of the attackers for Houston, and so he was anticipating that pass was going to go to him. So he cheats a little bit,
Mhm.
and by him cheating a little bit, I mean it's just a perfect like wide angle and wide open space
So bad.
for the pass to go into. And so now he's in no man's. They're both in no man's land because Bingham tries to rush out.
Yeah.
Doesn't fully commit to it, gets stuck out there, and now you have, I mean, an easy shot for I mean, you have a sliding Dupuy to try to come in and block it, but
Do the best he can. but
yeah, I mean, there was nothing he could do about it.
That was pretty rough. But I'll stick to my 1-1. Didn't lose. Nobody got hurt. Too early to get too crazy. So 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair result. I mean, I don't think Houston did enough to earn a victory. We definitely didn't do enough to earn a victory, especially in that second half. We talked about it. There was like the first 20 minutes, the Galaxy looked really good.
Mhm.
There was 1 or 2 chances, like I think it was Corona that could have put one away. It got cleared off the line. I think Leggett might have had one chance that he should have put away, but
I mean, it was just a bad game. It was
Yeah.
pretty early in the season game.
it's an early
We'll get
season
better.
game. I mean, let's put it down to it.
Yeah, Corona should have finished that one.
I mean, there's 2 defenders on the line. I mean, he didn't really have much where he could have put that ball.
Yeah, but he could have done way better than he did, I think.
Do you have an up, Benjamin?
I don't, sadly. I mean, outside of the Bingham assist, I don't think there was really enough. I mean, like I said, it's a sad game when the next up is like 5-10 minute stretches of play where we look good. You know?
It's
Yeah.
again, it's like it's early.
Did you see that? What is it? Nutmeg News, where it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
Galaxy lose 1-1. Fans are in hysterics or something like that. Let me see if I can find
Which
it.
is a
It's
perfect
perfect.
summation
Perfect.
of the Galaxy Twitter after that game.
But I did like that most people saw that and took it for the joke it was.
Yeah. Any downs? Any more downs from you guys? Early signs of
Clutchton wasn't good. Clutchton wasn't
That-
very good at all.
that was I think that center trio was it was bad. It's bad.
But it still seems like it's not that I give everyone a pass. I give the midfield more of a pass because that's clearly, obviously not the grouping we're going to see. You know, if you're not seeing production from Katai, or you're not seeing production from Hernandez, you're not seeing production from, Lord forbid, Pavone or your back line, it's like, that for the most part, that's what we're going to see. But unequivocally from the midfield, like that's not remotely close to the setup. Clutchton is not going to start every game. He's not going to be your creative forward. Leget's not going to play that far reserved.
I think my biggest takeaway from this game though is the style of play that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like 2019's team out there.
There it is. LA Galaxy season on the brink after 1-1 loss.
But what changes were made from last season to this game? I mean, from this year, I didn't really see a style switch. I didn't see more play on the ground. It literally was a lot of times hopeful balls that we cross in the box, or
The goal was from a hopeful ball. Realistically.
I mean, the goal was more of like give it to Pavone and let him just
let him
do
go.
things.
Yeah. Let him be the new Zlatan.
Yeah, let him do things.
Well, I mean, there's, tactically, it was different. You had Kitchen playing that role last year that I wanted him to play, sitting right above the back four. That's where he should thrive.
Yeah.
Like playing him right next to Jonathan in the middle or in the middle of a 4-4-2, that doesn't seem to really suit him as a natural defensive holding player. Sit him right above the back four, let him kind of, be a line of defense before you get to this historically calamitous back line. I liked seeing him there, but the tactical shift is why you had Leggett playing so much further back. It's why you had Hernandez, and why you can't really go too crazy on him because he was left on an island, because there wasn't that Leggett, that Efrain Alvarez, that person playing underneath him to help him create. We played as if Zlatan was on the field, but even with Zlatan, we gave him an attacking midfielder. Like Zlatan, who can create on his own, got an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
Hernandez, who notoriously doesn't create his own goals and needs really, really good service, usually on the ground because he's 5'9", not in the air because he's not 6'5" like Zlatan. Like playing to their strengths. It's on the coach to a degree, like because tactically we set out a system where Hernandez wasn't going to be able to thrive, and the system is kind of built on Hernandez being able to thrive.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm
You can almost hear me sobering up as this podcast goes.
no, and that was my big disappointment from this game was not the 1-1 draw, was not giving up that goal was bad, but it's more of like tactically what have we done to improve? And
If anything, we went backwards.
And especially we don't have a 6'5", top 5 striker in the last decade,
So someone asked me on Twitter, and yeah, ups and downs are done. Someone asked me on Twitter, they're like, are you concerned? Because that seems like the type of game Zlatan would have been able to score. And you're like, well, that's unfair. That's it. Regardless of your feelings about whether we should have gone after Hernandez or not, or whether he should be captain and all these other things. You're going to play the ball in the air to a 5'9" 160-pound guy. And I looked it up. Like, Zlatan has 40 pounds and 7 inches on Hernandez. To equate those two tactically, like stylistically, as the same is not fair to Hernandez. If you're going to hoof the ball in the air, if you're going to keep crossing it in, you're going to get this kid killed. Like, if you realistically think he's going to score all these goals over and over and over again, he's going to get killed.
Especially in MLS where it's America, so if you're big and strong, you're a center back.
And guys want to make their name on you.
Yeah.
Like, you saw Houston big up in their center back. In the picture, he's got his arm around Hernandez's throat. And like, they're posting it as like, oh, you came to retire or something like that. Like, not as easy as you thought it'd be, or some stupid ass shit. And it's like, yeah, if this fucking nobody defender whose name I can't remember now, like, he's got his arm around a player's neck. Good on him. Yeah.
You showed me a picture, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know the guys.
He won man of the match, and I can't remember his name. But that's the thing. Like, in MLS, if you're going to keep playing balls like that to Hernandez, they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
They're going to crush him.
Because
he got one shot off in that game.
Most center backs in this league are 6'3", 6'4". Like, there is no more AJ in like 2008, 2009. Like, it's not happening.
But I imagine stylistically and tactically, like, as they get more comfortable to each other, all of them get more comfortable to each other, it's going to start to work. It's going to start to fit. That's the reason we calm down after one game, especially the Galaxy fan base, which gets itself into hysterics really, really quickly.
I don't know.
And I might have something to do with that. I'm not going to lie. But as they play together more regularly and they get comfortable with each other, the tactics will get fixed. I trust. They're going to figure each other out. The chemistry is going to get better. I trust. 1 week. It's going to be okay. We're all going to get through it.
And believe the next game we're playing, it's going to be, you might see a little more goals than against Houston.
I believe so, because Vancouver is... I didn't get to see the whole game. I watched the highlights. Vancouver is awful. Awful.
Benjamin, did you have anything else from this game?
No, I just, basically just a real quick Q&A. Are either one of you remotely worried after this game?
No.
Honestly, a little bit. Again, it just goes back to the way we're playing, the style of play. Had we been playing more on the ground or trying to combine passes, I would have been like, you know what, it's early. They'll get it together. But it's a lot of just like, we're gonna cross and cross and cross and cross, even though we have literally one attacker in the box. And again, 5'9", like it's not gonna work.
Because it's so early, and the guys who were left over, like Felcher, crossing over and over again. Because I think they're going to work it out eventually, I'm not that concerned.
Okay, so most impressive player not named Pavone on the Galaxy.
In that game specifically?
Yeah.
I like Dupuy a lot.
I'd give it to Dupuy or Insua.
I'll probably give it to Insua. It should be Insua. Insua was phenomenal.
They were good, man.
And the opposite way.
And it's what what else? You know who I'll give it to? I'll give it to as overall most improved. Rolf Felcher had a fuck of a game.
He had a good game.
Felcher had a fuck of a game. He won 5 aerial duels, 2 tackles. He's credited with 1 block shot, but I remember at least 2, which is weird for the stats. Giancarlo, again, also statistically had a very good game at 4 interceptions, 7 clearances, but 0 tackles, which is strange. And probably had at least 1 he probably should have got. But I'll give it to Rolf, man. Daisy, that one's for you. I'll give it to Rolf. He deserves it.
There you go.
Anybody from you, Ed?
Yeah, I'd probably give it to Dupuy. I mean, just it's a big game. Your debut. I mean, it's got to be a lot of nerves. And he looked like he'd been playing for years.
Debut. He played some MLS games in Montreal, didn't he?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't know.
He was a forward in Montreal, I believe.
I think he got drafted. I don't think he played games though.
Either way, I think he had a great game.
But I mean,
he
nevertheless, he looked like he's been playing for 10 years. I mean, he looked.
Yeah, he looked like a natural center back there.
He looks very composed.
Yeah. Good with his feet too, man. For a big guy, he was very good with his feet.
Irvine kid. I didn't know that.
We have an email from Big Tony, the first of the year.
He played 5 games for Montreal.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't count because of Montreal.
Really quick before we get just to slice this game up.
Okay.
Pavone had a match best 3 key passes, which ranks him 9th overall for the league. I'm starting to track where we're going completely league wide for our best players. Pavone also won Galaxy Man of the Match. Hernandez had 1 shot on goal and was tied for the lowest who scored ranking on the field at 6.1 with Christian Ramirez from Houston. Not great.
I take that with a grain of salt though, because they gave Katai like a 7.7.
Yeah, that's probably not accurate.
Yeah.
You want to run to Tony?
Yeah. One thing I did want to talk about this game before we go on. Obviously, I looked at the stats. Our passing percentage is like at 75% or something
Not
like that.
great.
And that's where Jonathan comes in and like, brings up the curve a little bit.
You're missing the big dog.
Yeah.
The general, the captain.
He's probably gonna be back this week, so hopefully that, boosts that midfield a little bit better. But to Big Tony's email, thank you, Anthony. I know it's a little last minute. I emailed him this morning, like at 7 a.m, like, hey man, we're gonna be recording this morning. I know it's last minute, but comes through, baby. Come through.
Bro, the Periscope is fucking hopping.
It's hopping.
It's hopping. I'm enjoying it.
Don't get distracted.
There's questions in here. I dig it.
Don't get distracted. Prognostication. While Ben was the only one who had faith in the G's to bring home 3 points, their on-field performance didn't help him secure any points opening weekend. Both myself and Chris correctly predicted a draw.
Bang.
But Chris was the only one who got the score correct.
Bang, bang.
Ed was able to grab 1 bonus point by predicting Pavone would net an amazing goal.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
I forgot about that rule until right now.
So after the opening weekend, Chris leads with 3 points, Ed closely follows with 2, and Ben has the big goose egg.
Wait, how'd I get 3 points?
Predicted the scoreline correctly, and...
So you get multiple points for the scoreline. I feel like I didn't pay attention to the last one.
Well, I was thinking the same thing.
I'll listen to the episode.
The scoreline, and then you predicted the outcome.
Tuck.
So you get 2 points and 1 point.
I got a better idea,
Yeah,
Tuck.
Okay.
Go to the website, RiotSquadcast.com.
Are the rules on the website?
They should be.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn it. Don't
Damn it,
promise
Doc.
us
So-
things that you
he
don't
was
know.
If you're listening to this right now, go back 20 seconds and listen to how absolutely fucking cocksure he was.
Oh, yeah.
Go to RiotSquadcast.com. Is it there? I feel like it should be. It ought to be.
It should be.
Is that my job?
I don't know. Listener predictions. With the new season underway, 2 listeners opened up with a perfect score.
Bang, bang.
Both Brian and Matt, our boy Matt.
Matt and Amy and Matt? Nice.
Matt and Amy.
Yeah.
Where I lost my place.
Sorry. That's my fault.
Matt nailed the outcome score and goal scorer, so a full 4 points to them. 2 others, Fredo and our good friend Jamie Bacon,
Boom, boom.
were able to get the outcome and score correct, so they jump up to a tie for second with 3 points. 12 others correctly predicted the tie, with 8 of those listeners picking up a bonus point for a Pavone prediction. So out of 60 listeners, thank you, by the way, 60 is...
It's crazy.
Keep up with it. It's a lot of fun. It's hard.
We're gonna have this is gonna be an amazing year for the community.
Yes.
It's gonna be a great year for the community. Keep it up.
So out of 60 listeners who participated in the opening weekend, 16 put up some points. On a side note, last season's champion, Richard Chavez, grabbed 2 points on the weekend, so he's clearly not waiting to try to repeat this year. Wow.
Going back to back.
Shade thrown by Anthony. Full standings should be accessible from the same link as last season. Not sure if the website will have the link posted for the game this week, but you can follow at BigTony_42 or Riot Squadcast on Twitter for reminders. Additionally, I will email...
We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah. I will email out a link to people who have played the season, so you will have access to the prediction game from your email.
Don't laugh, Ben. There's a situation. We're trying to figure out how we can make it easier and automated.
I'm
taking some
looking at
steps.
this computer now. It's a post from October 6th, 2019.
Yeah.
That's on our,
At least
on our splash page.
At first, I'm like, oh, it's up there. It's the Houston Dynamo. I'm like, oh, never mind. Did you know that we have a place where you can sign up for a newsletter?
We have a newsletter?
No, but we have a place you can sign up for one.
Can I? If I can do an audio newsletter, I'll do a fucking newsletter for us.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I'll do it. If you can figure that out. If you, again, as this show began, which episode is this? 163. As this show began, It's 3. As this show began 162 episodes ago, as I promised my best friend sitting across the table from me, if you make it so all I got to do is this one thing and the rest of it just happens, I'm on board. So if you figure out how I'm recording this,
So all you do is talk.
if you figure out how I'm just, if I can come in a half hour early and just talking newsletter, I'll do it every week. I don't care. I won't come in early, but I'll do it every week. You guys will we'll start at 10.
All right. Continuing on to Big Tony's email. Looking forward on Saturday, the G's host their home opener against the evil Canadian team, the Vancouver Whitecaps. In Vancouver's home opener on Saturday, the Whitecaps faced a rebuilt Sporting KC and came up short 3-1. In what was regarded as a very even game between the two clubs, Vancouver seemed unlucky to earn a point. Their big acquisition, Hull City loanee David, I'm not even trying to pronounce, Milinkovic, was instrumental on setting up Jake Nerwinski. My God, these names. For their lone goal. Overall, Vancouver doesn't seem to be a high-powered offense, which is good, knowing how error-prone the G's backline is. Against Houston, the G's defense gave up a comically bad goal, and we're lucky not to give up further goals due to some very shoddy defending. Hopefully, GBS can get his troops organized in the back to support Bingham, who isn't the best in the league. Additionally, the G's midfield was missing through much of the G's. Hold on. Additionally, the G's midfield was missing through much of the game. Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying.
You want me to read it?
Huh?
Would you like me to read it?
No. I'm good. Hey, man.
You're doing a great job.
Hey, man. I just got.
Sorry, I should be
supportive.
uplifting you.
We gotta be kings, man. Kings supporting kings. That's how it is, right?
That's something like that.
I'm your husband now.
There you go.
Additionally, the G's midfield was missing through much of the game as defense and keeper continued to launch long balls as Zlatan. No, wait. That's not right. We don't have a 6'5" Swedish forward up top anymore.
Boom.
We have the top poacher for the Mexican national team in Hernandez. Then why are we still crossing the ball like Zlatan never left? Hopefully we see a different strategy against Vancouver. In the preseason, we put up 4 on the Whitecaps. Can we do it again this Saturday? Boys, that game is this Saturday, the home opener. Man, can you you can't bring up the Hans Zimmer
Can you play the
MLS
theme song? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Dude. Have you heard
I
it?
fucking love it.
Whew.
Everybody's talking shit about it.
Nah, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking shit about
The
it.
new, a lot of
Everybody hates everything. No, I don't fucking care about those people.
How do you not get hyped up listening to that song, though?
Oh, I think I'm falling into a dream. Or did he do Titanic? The ship
No.
crashing.
He did the Batman movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, the only Batman movie soundtrack I recognize is the one by Prince.
Oh man,
Like if it doesn't have Bat Dance, I don't get away from me.
it's not. Is it really?
Who is that?
Is
Vicky
it really
Vale.
a Batman song if it's not a bat dance in
Hey,
there?
fuck Hans Zimmer. Play that Bat Dance song.
No,
It's way
please don't.
better. Prince's estate is not litigious in the least.
But gentlemen, we're back.
We're back, sir.
Home opener.
Hello. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Hello.
Ah,
Saturday, 7 p.m.
I'm gonna be there.
I have no idea what's going on with the tickets, but I'm hoping to be there.
Were they in your manager?
No.
No? Okay. Well, Andrew, we gotta get that figured out. Andrew did an amazing job of fundraising for Ed's season tickets. And now Ed has season tickets.
Thank you. I have no idea what's going on with that, but hopefully I'm there. But anyways,
Big Tony says he put the names in there to confuse you.
I'm sure he did. What a dick. And I get thrown off by the word defense,
Love it.
but whatever. Oh man.
Saturday.
It's back, dude.
I can't wait.
2020 season.
I genuinely can't wait.
And people are, you can already feel the energy, dude.
Jonas asked me, he was like, hey, are we going to the home opener on Saturday? And I was like, God damn it, yes, son, we are. Yes, we fucking are. We're going to the home opener. It's going to be an amazing time. Because Erica's bedtime is like 7:30 and the game starts at 7. Like she's never going to make it.
Next best thing, man. Bring the boy.
So if it looks like it's easy for me. If it's an early game, Erica will come. Kids will watch Damien. If it's a later game, I'll bring the boy, get him nice and indoctrinated. Like he wore a Galaxy jersey for the next 2 days, kind of off and on. He just had it around. Yeah, guys, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. With your help, we will brainwash my son, which is all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, you gotta, I mean, you started him young, dude. We brought him to a G2 game, and, him and Sonia.
That was and I was just babysitting them back then. I should post that picture.
I called you Papa Tucker, and you're like, nah, none of that.
Shut that shit down,
Shut it
son.
down.
Shut it down, B.
Not happening.
Yeah,
And
it
then,
kind of happened.
And 3 years later, you're like, yeah,
Nah,
whatever.
life, love is a battlefield, Ed. I don't know if you heard. As a great poet laureate, Pat Benatar famously wrote, We are strong.
Heartache to
Heartache to heartache.
We stand.
No promises.
No demand.
No demands. Love is a battlefield. Whoa,
How you feeling about this
whoa,
game?
whoa.
Vancouver, they look terrible.
A great game for Hernandez to get that first goal.
I mean, I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a lot of goals.
We're gonna see a couple of.
Yeah.
Is this it? Yeah. Oh. Batman. Fucking cowl. Leonardo DiCaprio falling into dreams.
Dreams and dreams.
Dreams and dreams. The Dark Knight. Meow.
How do you not get hyped for this, dude?
I love this. You know what's so weird? Like, so one, I love this song, and it's not even gonna really touch on it. Can you turn it up just a little bit better? What was it? Saturday? El Clasico? Sunday?
Oh yeah.
I didn't give a fuck, man. Like, I listened to this before the MLS came on. I was like, I'm gonna sit here and watch some of the worst soccer I've ever seen in my life, and I'm so goddamn happy it's back.
Well, if you watch like the DC United game, like, and then Cincinnati. Yeah.
Red Bull game got crazy. Like, there's just something so MLS about it all. Like, it's this weird little, I don't know, like a pet project or like a cousin or I don't. But there's just this like it's ours. You know what I mean? It's ours, and it's fucking back.
Because the thing is, with soccer in the States, it's just like no other place, man. You don't get the weird, funky MLS rules of Tam, Gam, Jam.
You don't get people going to games in orange construction hats for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Houston Stadium is built. Why are you wearing a construction hat? Like, it's hot outside. Wear a normal cap. Stay inside. Put on sunscreen. Like, oh, I gotta move. My fat ass is outside of Ben's camera. Play the song again, Ben. Play it one more time, please. I appreciate it. I appreciate you and the work you do.
There's got to be a longer version of that song, right?
No, that's it. It's just concentrated Zimmer into this, like, how long is it? Like 2 minutes?
There's not enough bombs.
Not even that, man. I'm not even sure it's a minute. I'm looking at the video, and the video total is like 1:30, and the first half here that's muted is Hans Zimmer talking.
There's definitely
I'm sure there's a longer version, but on YouTube, here we go.
I haven't seen it. I've only seen like a relatively short.
Well, hey, we'll hear it on Saturday.
Oh, that's how you get me going. Ben, can you possibly pull out the Riot Squadcast Black Card and buy the license for this song, and then we just open the show to it?
We'll see.
What the fuck is this?
What just happened?
I'm not sure. It's the YouTube.
Oh, leave
man.
it. You gotta leave it. Leave
Yeah.
it.
Did we get like rickrolled on?
Yeah,
So
we
it's
did. I hit
the video is the Hans Zimmer music video, but oh my god,
I think I actually do like this more.
go to the comments.
Better.
Yeah, I like this song.
I would love to see the teams walk out to this song.
See if the comments has like the name of the song.
The comments are in Russian, so.
I'm seeing Danny Elfman did the score to the OG Batman. I'm talking about the soundtrack to the OG Batman song, which was done by Prince. Please,
let's go.
Do not question my authority.
Let's rein it back in.
Rein it back in.
Rein it back in. Benjamin.
Wong.
Yes.
So we're trying to get Ben to the game, guys. If you guys have a ticket,
yes,
let me know.
Let Ben know.
Ben doesn't even try to. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, I did not get a ticket just because everything going on at work. I've been working Saturdays. I just heard that I am not going to be working this Saturday, so I am looking for a ticket for the game.
If you can help, if you can, don't fuck them. Don't be difficult. Like if you're trying to sell a ticket to Ben for like $200 or $100 or some bullshit, like, don't even contact us. Don't let us know. But if it turns out you have a spare, you have an extra, and it turns out somehow miraculously you're not an asshole, and you would sell it to Ben for a decent, reasonable price. I'm not saying it has to be face value. It just doesn't have to be. It should be face value. Like, come on, you download a show Ben's on. Like, clearly you care about the work he does. It doesn't have to be face value though. If you're trying to make a little scratch back, but don't be a dick about it. Like, don't go crazy. If you're gonna go crazy, don't even bother contacting us. If you're not an asshole and you can help Ben out, he's trying to find a ticket for Saturday. He doesn't get to come out often. Like, let's get producer Ben out and have a good time. And he agreed to pick me up and drive me, so I will definitely be at the game. So yeah, if you got a spare, you got an extra, you got a line on a spare, you know somebody with a spare, like get in touch, tweet the show, email the show.
Big Tony's like, I don't know, he's got that union bribery money.
Yeah. We have someone in the Periscope right now, Ben, that you should contact on Twitter. I'm gonna tweet your name out, so I hope you're okay with it. No, I shouldn't do that because then someone else will contact them, and that would fuck them up.
Tell them to
just to hit up
hit
DT
me,
Radio Ben.
Yeah, at DT Radio Ben.
Hey, so you in the not Discord, in the Periscope, who has a ticket at a reasonable price, you know who you are. Tweet at DT Radio Ben or at Riot Squadcast, and we'll get in touch with you. Just in case this like shady deal doesn't go down, it feels kind of shady now. Just in the event it doesn't go down and you have a spare, still get in contact with us. We'll let you know if we don't need one.
Yeah, because I might need one. So
because Ed may need a spare.
You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com.
Denise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Or myself too. Who knows what's going on with those tickets?
Well, yeah.
So
I'll tell Jonas he can't go.
there you go. All right, let's talk about the game. Vancouver looking really bad.
Really bad.
We beat them earlier in preseason with the close to all the reporters, and because someone might have played, someone might have scored 2 goals in that game.
Allegedly.
Well, I think
we know definitively he scored 1.
they came out and said it. Right?
For whatever reason, once he got his, I don't want to say papers. What do I need to say? Like once he got his visa, once he got his clearance.
I like papers.
Nah, well, that's on you. I didn't say that.
Well, Ben's already on like
he said the Jews.
Yeah.
Muslim, or like
I didn't say the.
Turn it all to glass.
I said
You said the.
I did not say the.
Play that shit.
Go back. I will play it back.
Hey.
Go back and listen.
Hey,
person with the reasonably priced ticket, Josh.
People on the live show.
Go back.
Go back because he might edit that out of the show.
If you're in the chat, if you're in either of the live chats right now, and you can let us know if Ben said the Jews. And you don't even really need to tell us because I know that's what he said.
Oh yeah. See them like how they control the world
the
money.
Media.
And
what does he mean by the news? I don't know.
It was weird.
Don't know what you're talking about, man. Never happened.
That was strange. He went on like a
hey,
whole thing.
Just because we did a 1 hour and 29 minute 30-second podcast.
Is that like a thing? Is that a thing in your weird community?
After I cut that one part out.
Oh, I'm like, is that number mean something? I don't want to be associated with that.
So, we've been told that Jonah should be back for this game. Do you see him play? Do you see him on the bench?
Jonathan and Efrain Alvarez are both listed as questionable through the MLS injury table. So I'd be more interested to see if Steris plays. He was on the bench versus Houston.
I kind of think they go with
stick with the hot hand.
Stick with the hot hand.
I like the kid.
I think stick out people.
I think I think the word was Jonathan should be good to go for Vancouver. Like they purposefully held him back from Houston so he would be good to go for Vancouver.
I say, wasn't that really the plan?
And wear his captain's armband. Shh, maybe. Probably not. Don't quote me on that. I don't know anything about that.
We can hope, but probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, but the word was he got held out so that he could start play the home opener.
Why risk it?
For a good draw. I think we'll see Jonathan. I think Efrain, it's still a little too far. And maybe with Jonathan, you see Leggett in that advanced roles, which would make a little more sense. Get Hernandez some help, and kind of works for everybody.
Hopefully, we see a little bit more from Leggett.
Yeah, well, again, playing in a recessed role, like you're asking something of him that's not natural. When he first signed on, they said, "Oh, naturally he plays center midfield," and he got to play, I think, twice and had pretty good games, and then never really played there again. So if we can get him in a more advanced role and playing at home against a worse team, like a team we should be able to kind of take advantage of, you don't need that extra defensive cover as much. You can just kind of go at him.
I'd just like to make a statement that Big Tony in the live chat is agreeing with me that I did not say I said Just saying. Big Tony.
I feel
When's
like
last time Big Tony was wrong?
The or it doesn't really matter. It was emphasis on the Jew part of it.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
I don't know.
All right, continue.
You're digging yourself in a bigger hole.
This is the problem. One, he also said, "I thought," not that you did, which is why I went back to read it because I didn't trust you.
Enough.
You know what?
And number two,
I'm going back to my grapes.
It's one of these things. Was the grape argument before we started recording?
Yeah.
You guys don't know. These two morons argued about Ed eating grapes on camera for like 15 minutes.
It wasn't 15 minutes.
So
it
long.
was a couple minutes, and I just made one comment.
Like, since we started recording, Ben looked up the betting line stats. Prior to us recording, he needed to yell at Ed about eating grapes on camera.
That's literally my dinner.
That's where the time was invested.
Grapes are my dinner.
Grapes.
They're grapes.
Anyway, no, I think with Jonathan playing, we'll be fine. We'll get Lletget where he's supposed to be. Pavon's going to be more comfortable with Lletget where he's supposed to be. He's going to help draw more defenders away from Pavon, allow him to kind of exploit that defense a little bit better.
Are you guys a little worried about the depth? I mean, in a game where we were down 1 or we were drawing 1-1, he only uses 2 subs?
Well, I mean, we know attacking depth is a problem. Like, if Hernandez isn't scoring, what do you do?
Well, I mean, look at the bench. I mean,
Gordon Wild was on the bench. Like, that was the option. Gordon Wild and Zubac were your options.
We also know that he's not done building the team for this year.
No.
So am I worried about depth right now? Maybe right now, but as far as down the line, I think
I still think it's too early. I still think it's a little too early to get it. Don't get too worked up. Hernandez is going to play a significant chunk of minutes as long as he's healthy. And if he's not healthy, like, that's when we're really concerned. But it's, there is a lack of options outside of pushing Lletget wide. Maybe bringing on Gordon Wild to play right wing if we're going to keep taking Katai out. Really, we need Pavon and Katai to be able to go 90 minutes and be an attacking threat for the entirety of the game. That's like the central focus.
I mean, that's a little concerning when Katai gets pulled in like the 57th.
Well, but we'll see at home. Like, I think he was kind of walking a line. He was walking a border, and it was starting to get a little testy, and it's becoming this thing of, which is part of the reason I like him. I think he's from Yugoslavia. He's Yugoslavian. I was gonna say he's from Yugoslav, but I think he's Yugoslavian. And I believe he would be the first Yugoslavian Galaxy player. I want to say he's Yugoslavian, which like Serbian. Is he Serbian?
Serbian.
But like, he seems like this, I hate to say it, but he seems, I don't want to lump all the Eastern Europeans together, but he seems a little Dima-y, where he may, I mean, he got a yellow card in that game. I think you're kind of protecting him from getting himself sent off in the first game of the season.
Again, like, I mean, he was the one who got that red card in the preseason game.
Yeah, like I to a degree, I think it's more important, just like with Jonathan, it's more important that we win the game against Vancouver, right? We're at home, get off to a good start. It's going to be a sellout, big crowd. Hernandez's first, like, actual important. I mean, that place is going to be alive on Saturday. The building is going to be alive on Saturday. Yeah. To a degree, I think GBS is kind of protecting Katai from himself. To say, all right, well, you're a yellow in your first game prior to 53 minutes. Like, as a winger, man, like, let's go. Come on. Well, let's
rein it a little.
Let's rein it in just a little bit. So I think it's more protecting him than anything else. Oh, boom, he was born in Yugoslavia. That's fine. Apparently, we may find out that we're idiots later, and that's like the same place or something like that. But he was born in.
Well, Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah.
Thanks to our friend Bixby.
Who?
Bixby.
What? Oh, he said you made it sound like he's the reason Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Thanks, Bixby.
You know what you did.
You know what you did.
Tracer's like, these guys are fucking morons. Yeah, I'm not concerned. If anything, I'm really hopeful. I agree with you. I think there's going to be a maybe not as many goals as it sounds like you're predicting, but it's gonna be a fun night, very fun night.
I think I think Vancouver's like ripe for the taking. What do you think, Ben? You think we have a shot at?
Explain to these people why you should go to the game through all your knowledge and.
I totally agree with Ed, which worries me because I think.
Oh no, I'm wrong.
This should.
The
game should. I mean, realistically, yeah, it should be. We should destroy them. There should be 4-0.
It should be a demolishing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it's funny. I was actually thinking 4-0.
Really, that's your prediction?
Well, we'll see.
I'm not saying it's crazy. Like,
I think this team is still good at giving up.
Nothing
goals.
Seems hard.
We're still good for giving up a goal. Yeah. So I don't know about if this should be the clean sheet, the first clean sheet of the season though, easily.
Yeah.
Vancouver don't have attacking options where they should be able to score on us.
I love the live streaming of this. The Periscope. They're like, Yugoslavia no longer exists. Serbia was part of Yugoslavia. We're just getting answers. It's the Alexa we wanted.
I still think we need Alexa.
Ben, you gonna get us Alexa?
No.
Get us an Alexa.
And put her on mic.
Oh, that would be good. Can you
That's
do that?
That's what I said.
That was the idea?
Yeah.
It's hard to put a speaker on mic though.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Say we'll figure it
I'll
out.
see if I can figure it out.
Hell yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Bro, I got a Google Home. I'll just bring it. Fuck them.
Yeah, there you go. And then just put the mic right on top of it.
Hell yeah.
It's like,
we
hello,
won't need all you live
hello,
chat people.
Big Daddy. It's like, is that what makes you call you Chris?
What?
Your Alexa.
Mine's call me sir.
It's like, hey, Big Daddy.
It's like, stop saying that. Stop looking at me while you say that.
You want to know the weather today, Big Daddy?
No, God, why? Stop, please. Jesus Christ.
It's a
Why?
high of 73, Big Daddy.
God, you should have went with 69.
Yeah. That's why I need to take some improv classes.
There you go.
All right, let's get a lineup. Back four. What you think? Same? Stick with it?
Oh yeah. I mean, right. Same thing we said with Rahul last year, right? The hot hand.
Be all right
Felcher should start.
Be all right with sticking stairs in there for Giancarlo?
No, that's not going to happen. I would be okay with it, but it's not going to happen. You may even see Stairs come back if he's ready to go. He was on the bench the last game. There's no reason, unless there's something we just don't know about. There's no reason he shouldn't be fit enough to go after another week of rest. I would personally like to see Dupuis give Stairs something to work towards, even knowing that he's kind of always on that border, and we're always being rumored to all these defenders, and we'll talk about another one in a little bit. Give him that fire to kind of earn his way back into the starting 11. And with Dupuis, who's playing well, like if you let him keep going on a run and he becomes a viable third center back option, that might end up saving you a whole lot of money. So it's not going to happen, but I'll say Felcher, Dupuis, Giancarlo, and Insua.
Center midfielders, who do you think? Jonathan come back?
Jonathan should be back.
Jonah come back?
Jonah come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong. And I just can't
See how
live
easy
with
it is
that
to
boom, boom,
distract
boom.
Chris?
Baby, come back. Sorry. Oh, I forgot I was on camera. Jonah should start. The pairing gets a little more difficult. I really wouldn't mind seeing Jonathan and Perry Kitchen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You let Kitchen do the dirty work.
Let him do the nasty work.
Yeah.
And
Jonah could be the link between the two.
push
and
then push Leggett up at the point. Let him hopefully connect that midfield and Jonathan and Hernandez a whole lot more, and take something off.
I mean, that was a big problem of the game against Houston was
he's by himself.
but there's just no connection. There's no connective tissue.
No,
it was always bypass the midfield, go out wide, cut in. That's all it really was in that game.
It was realizing your midfield was the 3-man mid, which is typically our strongest asset. Realizing that 3-man midfield is our weakest part of the game and trying to play around them. But the best way to play to Hernandez is playing through them. Jonathan should make that a little more possible.
I worry with Jonathan coming back and trying to play with Kitchen. The Kitchen's not going to know what to do with Jonathan going all over the place. You know, I think the Kitchen on Saturday, he had a very defined role, like what you were talking about, sitting right there. But if Jonah is taking up that spot and then moving other places, I think it's going to confuse Perry. Well,
the thing with that holding midfielder is like you let Jonathan, maybe he doesn't necessarily have a free role, but you let Jonathan go forward when it's time and kind of control the game and dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah.
And once he does, you just shift back and hold your spot. If we turn over possession, Jonathan comes back naturally. Perry moves up, gets more involved in the defense and kind of, stopping them from coming forward if that's the way you want to, take it.
Well, I think that too with the Kitchen and Jonathan pairing, you can have it where, Kitchen does his dirty work, and all you need him to do, pass it off to Jonah real quick.
That's it.
Real quick, 2-3 yard pass.
That's what he's good at.
Yeah,
like
2-3 yard pass, give it to Jonah, let him do his thing.
When you let Perry play soccer, things don't go very well. If you ask him to be the person to stop everyone else around him from playing soccer, he's great. He's a harder version of what Pete Vagenas was really good at. But when you start asking Pete to pass, and Pete's later part of his career, when you start asking Pete to pass, like, it doesn't work. And I'm sorry for you new Galaxy fans. That's just how this information breaks down in my mind. But when you start asking him to play the ball forward and to start launching attacks, like, it doesn't really work.
I mean, he'll give the odd, like, through pass that'll, like, cut through, like, 3 defenders.
Pete or Kitchen?
Sorry, Kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's not what you want him for.
Yeah.
By the way, our friend Travis, aka Off the Post, keeps saying we are pronouncing Depew wrong. Like it's Depew instead of Depuy.
I didn't say Depuy.
I think we've been saying Depuy this whole time.
I said Depew.
He's been saying Depuy. We haven't been saying.
I said it's Depew.
Yeah,
Okay,
you've been saying Depuy. We've been saying
Depew.
Depew.
This Jew over here.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
I'm just
I
kidding.
can't let
Husband now.
I can't let this show go out. That's my understanding of the rules.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man, this is a Riot Squadcast
Hey,
episode.
just for your information, that was Chris Tucker that said
That was
that.
at Chris
fuck
Tucker.
both of you.
At Chris Tucker. If the Chris
At
Tucker.
Chris Tucker, that's my Twitter account. That guy's like, who the fuck? What about the Jews? Oh man.
Yeah. So you see, Jonathan comes back for sure. Can't come back from that.
I don't know, man.
Let's move on.
I can't.
Forwards, Ed. Forwards.
Yeah.
give him a breather.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know how to process that.
Hey man, it's all good.
Have we ever had any Israeli-born Galaxy players?
I think we did. I want to say
Yeah,
like
his
one of
name
the
was
first
Cisse.
ones.
Israel. That's good. that is a Galaxy level dad joke.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
proud of that one.
Wow.
Should we go into predictions?
Forwards, Hernandez,
I mean,
Katai,
we know the top three. That top three is really not going to change.
I really, really hope not.
Outside of injuries. Let's go to predictions.
Yeah. I know I go last.
I go second.
Would you like to hear the odds first?
Oh yeah. We can.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Our odds segment is brought to you by BetLASports.
That's right. We got a thing.
So
Oh, hey, we
yeah,
won
so
some
last
money.
week we won.
We want some money, baby.
We won $25 last week.
What did
Our
we
new-
Vegas,
bet
baby.
on?
Our new we bet on the draw.
Do we pick a score or just the?
No, we
No,
bet
we
on the
picked
draw.
outcome.
I told
We bet
you.
on the draw. We were it was a plus 253 or something like that.
So we're up.
So we are up. Yeah.
Let's cash out.
We're up to two.
That's it. Hey, let's pull it out, baby.
Let's liquidate. Yeah.
While you're ahead, quit while you're ahead, man.
Pull it out while you're ahead, man. That's the rule.
We started at 200. We are up to 225.
Oh.
So hey, man, just little by little, whatever we have at the end of the
Let's-
year is ours to keep.
Let's take it out. Let's go blow it at Sizzler.
Story of my life.
So
Dinosaur nuggets for everybody.
so this week the Galaxy are.
I don't think we've had any players from Israel.
I was looking it up and then I had to do the
do work.
Yeah, I had to switch
That's
the
fine.
I had to switch the page. But the Galaxy are the biggest favorites of the weekend. It looks like
I'd imagine so. I mean,
Yeah, the
Vancouver's
Galaxy-
bad.
are a minus 328 on BetLASports.com, and Vancouver is a plus 765, and that's just on BetLASports.com. If you really liked Vancouver, there are odds out there that are up to 10-1 on Vancouver.
Wow.
If you wanted to take it, the draw, the
That'd
Galaxy
be a bad
even
bet, but okay.
the draw is still at like 4.5-1 for a draw, so the Galaxy are pretty heavy favorites. Let's see the predicted scoreline, Ed, like what you were talking about before. It's on OddsShark, I believe, has the Galaxy 3.8 predicted score, Vancouver 0 predicted score.
4-0, man.
Okay.
That's the score that popped into my head. Like
Yeah.
thinking about the game, I was like, 4-0 sounds about right.
If I took Jonas to a home open, the energy of the home opener, and we won 4-0, the Galaxy would have that kid's soul for the rest of his life.
Oh, and you know it's supposed to rain on Saturday, right?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good Galaxy game in the rain.
You know how many? What's the odds of us winning a cup when it's raining home?
You've been a Galaxy fan long enough to remember when the idea of us playing a game in the rain was something to be terrified of, because like we lost the '96 Cup in the rain. Like we used to lose games.
But home openers, that's a good omen, man.
I think after the 2011 MLS Cup, like now it's like winning in the rain.
Before it was
winning without
like,
a Guatemalan.
Yeah, no. Before it was like we needed a Guatemalan in order to win an MLS Cup.
That's it.
Now it's like we need to rain in the home.
4-0 at the home opener in the rain would just be beautiful.
So the spread is 1.5. The Galaxy
Yeah, it is.
winning by 1.5 goals. All right.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
So basically, they're saying that if you're going to play the money line or if you're going to play, say, a parlay more than one, basically they're saying the Galaxy are going to win by 1.5 goals. Like it's going to be 3-1. More, it's going to be more than 1-0. More than it's going to be at least 2-0.
So it'd be at least 2 because we're going to win by 1.5.
That is that bet, but still, it's at minus 115 if we were to take the Galaxy on that bet. So we'd still have to bet bigger to get a better return. So I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying that seems to be the best play here, is to take the Galaxy.
Can I ask a
and-
favor?
Yeah.
I love you. I just want to start there. Can you read these a day in advance?
They didn't come out till this morning.
Okay. Can you read these like 2 hours in advance?
I could have.
And then just like coalesce your idea?
yes.
Because I'm listening to, I'm in the same room as you and I'm listening to you and I'm
You
so
don't-
confused.
You don't. Well, odds are not necessarily your thing either. Also, let me tell you,
I
the
thought it
over
was gonna be like, also, you smoked a considerable amount of marijuana.
the over under is 3.5. 3.5 total goals.
Okay. That's around where my thoughts are.
But again, the money line is like it's -102, -118. It's like there is no money to be played on the Galaxy game. So the thing we have to decide is if we're going to play the Galaxy or if you want to play a different game.
Ooh. I
No,
didn't think about that.
let's play like a first goal scorer. Like
Oh, a random one?
Yeah.
Like what do those have a name?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure we could play that. I'm not sure they go that deep
I
on
feel
MLS
like James
on this
James
site.
Powell would know because English are always fucking
Yeah.
degenerate gamblers.
I just know the word parlay.
You know,
Now when you do, like,
parlay is a multiple
games,
bet.
right?
parlay
Yeah, it's
is when you're a
multiple bet
pirate
situation.
and they can't hurt you
What-
until you talk to their captain. I don't know if you've heard of
I
this.
learned that from Pirates of the
Yes.
Caribbean.
You're out of the picture.
As
again,
Johnny Depp famously taught me.
So
Call for a parlay.
we do
when
not have
shit's
to
getting
play the
real.
Galaxy. That's the beauty of it. We don't have to play the Galaxy game. We could put our money someplace else, or we don't play the. We don't.
Nah,
play
fuck that. We should do the
Nah.
Galaxy also. Unless the Galaxy are on a bye, we should do the Galaxy
Yeah, we
every
gotta do
week.
the Galaxy all week.
Because the only thing that matters. I agree with Ed. We should
Prop
we should,
bets.
we should prop bets.
That's what
prop
Big
bets,
Tony
that's it.
says.
Yeah,
We
that's
should
it.
split it. Like so. Wait, we're up. We're up now, right?
Yeah, we are up.
So we should do however much we're up. We just keep running with it. It's
We're up
free money.
25.
We're up
Yeah.
25. We should bet $25. So
Alright.
what prop bets do we have available to us, Benjamin?
I don't think Bet LA Sports goes deep on MLS to do prop bets.
So the only one is a spread.
Can we
one.
see what the
Yeah.
options are? It's just win, lose, or draw.
It's win the money line, the total, or goals.
So we should do goals. Yeah.
Okay, so you
What's the
wanna
money
do-
line?
you
Money line
wanna-
is just whether they win or not.
So the
Yeah.
goal. So what's the goal one?
We could take the Galaxy -1.5, and that is the best line that we can get as far as our return goes, and that's at a -115 if we're betting on the Galaxy.
No, but I'm talking
Although
about.
what about the over under? You think it's going to be more than 3.5?
That's what I'm asking about the goals.
All right. Oh, the total goals.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant.
I'm just watching Ed see that you're not understanding him.
All right, over under it's 3.5. So we're
I
going
put the
over.
over.
What do you think?
I don't agree with you, but I'm for it. So
So-
I will go. I'm
That's-
willing to run with the
That's
over.
total goals.
So
Total goals for both teams?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take the over on that.
Okay. So
Yeah,
we'll go
no,
over
that-
3.5.
Okay.
And you want to bet the whole 25, or you want to bet?
But that's if we had the ability to do multiple prop bets, I would bet just a
Or
piece.
what we could do is we could take the Galaxy and parlay it with the over.
Let's fucking do that. Let's parlay.
So, but this. So
Hey
we'll do
George,
10
can
and
you draw
25
us?
on
Can
one,
you
right?
draw us as pirates? That would be awesome.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the Galaxy and the over.
But please draw Ben as like the parrot on Chris's shoulder,
The Galaxy and the over, right?
and
We're
me
gonna
with
take
the
Galaxy and
piglet.
the over.
So we bet how much for the Galaxy? Like
We're
$10?
We're gonna bet the total. So we're gonna bet what? You want to bet $10 on? The
Oh,
Galaxy?
so like the whole thing just goes to the
So-
Galaxy and
yeah.
over.
So we
So
have
do
to hit on
25.
both the Galaxy and the over.
Do 25.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, do you want to bet all 25?
fuck yeah,
All right, we'll do all 25.
bro.
Hey, man,
I want to toss an extra 10 on there. That's how
house
certain
money.
I am.
That's house money.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the thing.
That's house money.
Once
bro.
you're over, you're playing. First off, we're playing on the house to begin with.
Exactly.
But now we're playing. We got double decker houses
All right.
going on.
So the bet is the Galaxy and the over. For
Galaxy and
25.
the over. That's
All
what
right.
everybody's got their fingers crossed
There
for.
we go.
I'm down for that.
I wanted to touch on something because I listened to an old show recently. We mentioned George every now and again. And I think to people, we haven't exactly explained, relatively new listeners.
So George is like the fourth Beatle, right?
Yeah. He's our Rolling Stone. So if you're relatively new or you haven't been listening since day one, we have an illustrator, a guy named George, who got in touch with us on Instagram. I was just a fan of the show, and he started drawing illustrations from the show.
Like a weekly illustration, yeah.
Yeah, and his life has gotten a little hectic, so he's on a bit of a sabbatical. He's going to be back relatively soon. But yeah, his name's George, and he draws illustrations. You can go to our Instagram page, Riot
They're all
Squadcast,
over there, yeah.
and all the drawings that he's done so far are on there. So occasionally throughout the show, we'll come up with an idea that we hear that sounds fun, and we're like, "Hey George, if you're going to draw something, this would be the thing to draw." Because we have these, like, we talk about Gilbert, and like we talk about things that from
but
past
here's the
episodes.
thing is because we're talking like you're our friends and you know these people.
Our expectation is that you've been here for 3 years, and because you're welcome at the table with us, so we want it to feel like you're sitting around the table talking with your
And
friends.
if you want to ask who Gilbert is, ask us.
He'll be there on Saturday. Come say hi or punch him in the dick or something.
Yeah, or both.
Definitely both.
Yeah, definitely both.
I just finished going through the list, Tuck.
Hmm?
No Jewish players.
No Israeli players, yeah.
Nope.
We're still. This is.
And as long as he leaves it there, we're fine. As long as you leave it there, we're fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, as long as you leave it there, Tucker, we're fine.
I don't know. I was going to discuss like a 2-state solution, and then I'm worried like if I legitimize it, then it becomes a situation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if that's the answer. I know a 2-state solution is a better option than
Better
yours,
option than-
but you know, that's for a different. That's for Corner of the Galaxy.
Ben, if
we don't
they
talk
want-
about that.
if they want
Actually,
to,
straight from the stands.
Yeah.
if they
Straight
wanted
from
to
the
make any bets, where would they go?
Right now we are having issues
Hold on.
with
I'm gonna go pee.
we're having issues with getting the code to work.
Ugh.
So, and we need the code to work for us to see any part of that. So right now, if you're interested in the code, send me an email. We do have a couple people who are interested, and we are currently working on it, and hopefully we will be up before this weekend. So send me an email, riotsquadcast@gmail.com, show it Riot Squadcast, or Ben at riotsquadcast.com.
Do you have your email still?
Yeah, I have access to it. Everything's up. The site's up, and so the emails are back up. Fingers crossed, everything's still working. I've been getting some sort of emails. So we did get an email from
Like Russian bots and stuff.
Yeah, we're getting
Diet
all kinds
pills.
of Russian box. Yeah, I mean, dude, and people, did you know that we could improve our clicks and earn like $10,000 a month?
Yeah.
All we gotta do is sign
we're
up.
getting plenty of emails on that.
Yeah, we could. All we gotta do is sign up with a couple of different things, and we could like get 1 million clicks and $10,000 a month. I think is what they said.
Oh, I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Who's giving us money?
it's no, it's
Russian
the
bots.
Russian
Oh, I was
bots.
like, oh, that's
the emails. The
We
emails
can make money on diet pills and
Yeah.
we can get clicks on our site.
I like it.
Let's just it's already lightning round question time.
No, we gotta do.
We got stuff, man.
Predictions.
We got predictions,
Your
man.
predictions.
So
Predictions.
I'm going first. I
You go
believe
for- you're
since
first up.
I'm the big goose egg.
Squadoosh.
Obviously, the Galaxy win. God, I so want to say 4-0, but I ain't got that kind of
Hey.
balls.
You should
I'm
stop
going-
stop being a little bitch and just say 4-0.
Damn it, Ed. Fuck you. I'll say 4-0.
Wow.
Who's your goal scorers?
I'm gonna say.
Got a cramp.
How do you like it, you little bitch? Fuck you. I hope it hurts.
It does.
Good. Sit there in pain. Be uncomfortable.
Dude, come on, get up and stretch him out, man.
Nah, fuck him. He laughs at me. I would help you, but fuck you.
That's what happens when you haven't gone to the gym in like a year and a half, and then
Mhm.
like all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go.
You should sit at home and do nothing like me.
I know.
Oh, I
I'm
love it.
gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna say. Chicharito gets 2, and Pavone gets 1, and I'll say Leggett gets 1.
I'm gonna let Jet go. All right.
You could use it.
I'm gonna go 4-1 because I don't believe this team can keep a clean sheet quite yet.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna call. Oh man. I'm calling 2 for Pavone and 2 for Chicharito.
Okay.
Double braces. 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 Braces.
Is that the Black Chick song?
Yeah, it is.
Black chicks, black chicks, black chicks, black chicks. Just gonna shout out some from the live chat. We got Bouncing Souls, R6 saying G's 3-0. We got Bixby saying G's 3-1. Capo Mike Sanchez, G's 3-1. Gabriel Servin, G's 3-1. Pavone, Chicha, and Insua.
Jose, 2-0. Chicha brace. Both Pavone assists.
God, I will take
The suspense is killing me.
5-1.
Woo!
I'll take 5-1.
When's the last time the Galaxy scored 5 goals?
Oh, it's got to be a long time. Somebody can look that up.
Was it last year?
I don't know. I can find out for you really quick. But no, I didn't pick my goal scorers, Ben. I don't need to pick my goal scorers. Jesus picked my goal scorers. I have a
Oh, hat trick.
I have a Javier Hernandez. Yeah, right. Gordon Wild hat trick.
Godson.
Javier Hernandez hat trick. and a brace from Bay, Christian Pavon.
Oh yeah, it was against Sporting. They're saying in the live chat.
Against Sporting.
7-2.
I'll take that.
Hopefully, we have the prediction games up on the site this week.
Yeah, Josh Numbers and Big Tony are working on that. They're trying to simplify it, or at least Josh is trying to simplify it.
You know, Pavon.
He doesn't have to do work every week.
Pavon's goal gave him 11 goal scoring contributions in 14 games.
He's sick with it.
Ridiculous.
Oh my God, my fucking cramp is still going.
Good. I hope it hurts, dick. It's literally only because you were mean to me, like, twice over the last 2 years.
in our lifetime as friends. All right, Benjamin, did we send you the link to the lightning round questions?
It's on Instagram, again.
I know, I had it up earlier, now I gotta do it again, so give me a minute.
You need my phone? You want me to?
Yeah, do it on your phone. It's easier.
Here, let me pull it up for you. It's all right. Let me just whip this.
Ed,
whip these questions on out at you.
How much does it hurt? Scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 6, 5.
What'd you do at the gym today, by the way?
I didn't get there early enough, so I was only there for an hour. I did 30 minutes of cardio and then some legs.
I was trying to not touch the microphone. I was like,
all the way through it.
Wow, that's a lot more than earlier.
oh, play the lightning round song. What are you doing? If the Galaxy score 5 goals, oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about it.
Insane.
How did you guys see Felcher's game going, and how do you see him moving forward this year?
I mean, we're basing it on the one game.
Yeah.
Better. I mean, it's
you would be wrong to judge Hernandez on one game. You would be wrong to christen Felcher as anything more than having one great game. Hopefully it keeps going.
I mean, he had good games last year too.
Well, his last preseason game was great. Basically, ever since he got his green card, he's been good. So we'll see against Vancouver.
As we continue the lightning round, I'm gonna let you know that we are at 127 right now.
Wow. Okay. You're gonna like this. I went through lightning rounds earlier. I have pre-done answers, so I'm gonna keep it nice and tight butthole.
Why
are Galaxy fans freaking out? Why are Galaxy fans so fickle in the beginning of the season?
We're Galaxy fans. We're always fickle.
It's in our nature.
Yeah,
it's just his way it is.
It's kind of what we are.
Oh man, so someone's sorry about the Instagram. He couldn't get his answer or his question because Instagram sucks.
That's okay. Next week, ask it right now.
In the first game for the G's, how do you think the defense looked? How do you think the midfield looked without Jonah?
Midfield looked disjointed. There was no connective tissue between the defense and the forward, and I think that was a big part of or a big reason was because of Jonah being missing. Defense looked okay, other than the one or two snafus.
Insua, one of the better players on the field. Felcher, one of the best games I've seen from him in a long time. Dupuis, very well as a rookie making his debut. Giancarlo is still the big question mark, although he had a lot of traffic coming his way. I echo Ed. Disjointed is a perfect word for the midfield. No one really seemed to know their role, and just kind of had difficulties with it. I think it'll get better. The midfield problem, at least, will get better as the weeks come. Giancarlo's still the question mark.
My favorite question is, Peepo the new Shelvick?
No, that's not fair. I mean, it's really, really early in Peepo's season, and he's still on half a season, a little over half a season. Like, give him a little more time. He's expensive. That's what makes him so difficult. But I'm not quite ready to call him Shelvick just yet.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be this year's Shelvick.
Well, I wouldn't base on that one game. Like, so many people had a bad game. People's mistake is really boneheaded, and as the experienced defender, it's even more concerning. But it's like, it was tough to be hard on Bingham when the defense was terrible. It's tough to be hard on Hernandez if he's not getting service. Like, it's tough to be hard on Katai because I'm scared of him. Like, there are mitigating circumstances that I hope kind of clear their way. We'll see when he gets a regular defensive partner.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions about GBS and tactics.
I'm gonna go. I already got answers, Ben. We ready. We're good. Don't you worry.
All right. Why does GBS push the fullback so high up the field?
That's a style of play. If you watch the English, I'm a fan of the English game. You watch West Ham or any team, Crystal Palace, any team that's Newcastle, that's been cursed with someone like Alan Pardew. Like some guys are comfortable with long ball, some guys are comfortable with high press and a lot of possession and control. GBS plays over.
That's why it's so shocking that a little bit like we're not seeing his like 4-3-3 typically what he does with like his past teams. So
You concerned with Galaxy still playing Zlatan ball with no Zlatan?
Not in week 1.
What week?
A little more time than others. But if a system is set up for a guy to fail, I'm not really in a position to say he's gonna fail.
Good.
yeah, I mean like I am a little disconcerted about I'm a little concerned about the home opener or the season opener where we look like we didn't really have a change of tactics since last year. Will that continue into week 2? Who knows? Again, like Chris said, with Jonathan back on the field, that's probably going to be a lot different from that first game. So
Your most important player is missing.
yeah,
Why you would judge anyone's performance around him on one game where he's missing doesn't make any sense to me.
All right. So we have a couple of questions here about Chicharito. How many assists do you think we have, and at what point are you going to get worried about his production?
3 weeks after Jonathan gets back.
yeah, I'd say like week 5.
Yeah, if
That's literally what popped in my head was week 5.
but it's everyone looked poor, in part because Jonathan wasn't there. Like the place we need to be good for Hernandez to thrive was our weakest point. Like you don't judge him if he's not getting the service. He had one shot. He didn't have one shot because he wasn't trying.
I mean, he had
one shot because he didn't have the ball.
He had like the fewest touches of like the first
Of the attacking core.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I mean, I think like I was reading some stat like something like he had the least amount of touches. Where was it? Hold on, bring it up. His 33 touches were the 5th fewest among any player to play all 90 minutes this weekend.
Yeah. You can't get him the ball, and if you're lobbing the ball in the air to a 5'9", 160, 170 pound guy, like.
I mean, we said it the week before. If he's not getting service,
how
the hell are you expecting to produce?
I'll argue this. As long as you are questioning GBS's tactics, I will not question Hernandez's play. Like if you're looking at the tactics and the style and the way we're playing, and you're like, that doesn't make sense based on the players on the field, I'm not in a position to judge the players on the field because they're being set up to fail.
You going to First Friday?
I'm gonna try. I'm like 90% gonna be unemployed by then. So yeah, I should be free. I'll ask the boss.
No.
Oh no, that's in Los Angeles. No, I'm not gonna be there. I totally forgot.
I get off of work and I'm in Irvine at like 9:30, so that's not.
I'm too old to go to downtown LA on a Friday. Like it's over. It's past me.
What if I pick you up?
Then we can go get a burger in Long Beach because I'm not going to Los Angeles. It's not. You should go. Don't be like me. I don't have. If you would pick me up, if the boss is cool with it, and you would pick me up, I would consider going. I would, I would go.
You guys should make it a date night.
If she wants to go, yeah, absolutely. I mean, she works fucking bananas early in the morning. But yeah, if she's fine with it and you want to drive, I'll go.
And over under on keg stands.
Somebody asked me to do a keg stand. I was like,
You're too big for that shit, man.
They were like, what's it going to take for Tucker to do a keg stand? I was like, the Hulk and the Thing holding me up.
I want to see Chris do a cartwheel.
I can do a cartwheel. I'll go outside and do a cartwheel right now.
And Jamesy asked a question, or Jamesy made a statement, didn't ask a question, so he's not getting read.
What's the statement?
You read.
It's Jamesy.
It said
You
just
read.
relax.
Anytime Jamie
relax.
says something, you read it.
It's Jamesy, man.
It said relax, a point on the road.
He's right.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
right.
I know, and it's exactly. I mean, most of these we touched on earlier today during the show, so.
Frankie says relax.
I just
guys.
realized people are going to ask me to do a cartwheel at the home opener.
Nice.
That's going to be pretty awesome.
Cartwheels for beers.
Which Ben would like to see if any of you have a reasonably priced ticket. So if you've forgotten and you were like, oh shit, that's right, I was going to message Ben or the Riot Squadcast because I have a reasonably priced home opener ticket, this will be a great time to do that. stop listening right now. Just hit pause, open up your tweet machine, open up your Gmail, and go show@riotsquadcast.com or at DT Radio Ben or at Riot Squadcast.
And
on a reasonably priced ticket.
Big Tony says he's gonna link out the prediction game tomorrow. So make sure you're checking out our socials. We'll be retweeting all that stuff. So if you want to play in this week's game.
Wonderful.
Yep. Chris, do we have a FIFA and Fantasy League update?
We'll do a Fantasy League because I don't have the FIFA update open right now. Yeah. So we have a what? You don't have to do anything?
Oh no, because I'm gonna love this segment.
Ed had a good week.
Oh, that's
I
right.
had
Oh yeah,
a very good week.
big dick swinging over here.
Ed had a good fantasy week.
I did.
So our good friend, as we mentioned earlier, Matt of Matt and Amy, is going to be tracking our fantasy league for us.
Awesome.
He plays a lot of fantasy sports. We'll say he's running our fantasy league. I don't really know how that works.
Can we kick out the person who has the LAFC avatar?
You're right. I forgot about that. I needed to open up my laptop to do that. I will take care of it right now. I will literally take care of it while we're talking about it.
Because I can handle the Miami one. And
I don't mind that. AJ's over
There's
there.
like a Seattle one in there too.
I'm cool. You know, I got Sounders people I'm cool with.
But nah, can't have that.
Yeah, let me boot this motherfucker right now. Because I you know, you're right. I was laying in bed and I was scrolling through to see where everyone was, and I'm all the way down in 43rd. And I saw an LAFC one on there, and I'm like, I don't know who this. Ooh, and they're starting Carlos Vela, who's captain. They have Jonathan on the bench. Heavens to Betsy. And they're starting 2 Earthquakes players. So I'm going to figure out how to bump this person right fucking now. Let me figure this out. I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out before I go home. So Matt's going to run our fantasy league. He's going to give us a weekly update for the MLS fantasy. Do stick with it. We're going to try to figure out some sort of prize. Maybe we have some shirts hanging around somewhere, Benjamin. We do. So you're at least get a shirt.
I'll send you a nude. I'll send you a nude pic.
So this is what you're getting. It sounds like you're getting an Ed Rodriguez dick pic.
I didn't say dick.
You're getting an Ed Rodriguez dick pic.
He said nude pic, so
I'm gonna send you
that's the whole package.
Ed's gonna show his vagina. We've been waiting for years. You're gonna get a Squadcast hat.
I'm gonna show you my pucker smucker.
It's Tucker Smucker.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a Squadcast hat and a Squadcast t-shirt if you come in first, and maybe we'll do something for like second or third.
And last year's winner, we didn't forget you. We're still gonna.
You know the system by now.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out. You're on the board. So he's gonna do a write up for us every week as well. So it should be nice and easy, nice and concise.
So he'll document my fall from grace.
Yes. Oh, that'll be the best part. It's gonna be like, who's that guy that does those documentaries?
Ken Burns.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Ken Burns documentary of your MLS fantasy failure. The Riot Squadcast Fantasy League 2020 season is off and running at last. We currently have. You want to take a guess?
I saw 60, but
62 people.
Nice.
We have
Get the fuck out of here.
and
really?
you haven't even made
And
your
Ben
fucking
hasn't
team
even,
yet.
Yeah, Ben hasn't even joined.
We currently have 62 people in the league, and we would love to have more. If you would like to join, just go to fantasy.mlssoccer.com, create an account, and then search with the league code TKKP as in Paul 7V A as in Adam, S as in Sam.
And we'll put it in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show notes again as well. TKKP7VAS. If you don't know how to play or you have any questions, you can always email Matt at mattefantasy@gmail.com. That's MATTE fantasy@gmail.com. Also sounds like his male stripper name. Or tweet me at the real MGE. That's at the real MGE on Twitter. This is only my second season playing, but I can at least explain to you the basics. The only stakes we're playing for, at least for now, are bragging rights and a hat and t-shirt. So you've got nothing to lose but your pride.
And a butthole picture.
And a butthole and Ed winking at you. Your only risk is you're gonna have to see Ed's butthole. Is that
Spread them cheeks.
God. Your only risk.
Thanks, Jesus, for that one.
Your only risk is geez, I have a mental picture now and it's just ruining this for me. Your only risk, you're all naked. It's just like a Play-Doh fat factory. Your only risk is that I might make fun of you.
Once I squeeze them out there, it's like a star shape.
Your only risk is that I might make fun of you if you forget to replace your players on bye week. The upside is in doing this weekly write-up for us, Matt's going to let us know the teams on bye week. Matt's going to let us know the teams on double match weeks. Like, he's going to be on top of this. He's going to be running it for us.
That's awesome.
Speaking of which, let's all take a moment to laugh at Nestor, because he might as well have he might as well have submitted half a roster. Ha ha, you're so bad at fantasy soccer, Nestor. And in brackets, just don't tell anyone my score this week. Can you look at Matt's score really quick? Speaking of which, oh no, sorry, I just read that. Each week, I'm going to quickly recap the top 5 teams and the best team of the most recent week. I'll highlight any major injuries or suspensions, trades, or any relevant transactions you need to know about. Then I'll preview which teams have bye weeks and which have double games in the upcoming week. So, for team of the week and the top 5, all hail the best team of week 1, Mr. Older Goaler of Team Older Goaler, a Toronto FC fan, apparently. Come on, Galaxy fans, we got to get this number 1 spot back. Who paced the field with 94 points in week 1 alone. Madness. Scenes, as they say. He ran a 3-4-3 with, I can change my formation?
I think it's just who you put in the lineup, yeah.
Okay. He ran a 3-4-3 with Gustavo Bo of New England, Christian Pavone, sploosh, and not going to mention the third person he signed, who was also his captain. His midfield was Alejandro Pozuelo of Toronto, Pity Martinez of Atlanta, and João Paulo of Seattle. He rounded out with a backline of Reggie Cannon from Dallas, plus a guy named Jay Maurer and some guy named T. Washington, both of whom play for Nashville. I've never heard of either one of them. His goalkeeper was something called E. Panico, who is also from Nashville.
Ain't really going in on that Nashville team.
Yeah, it's working. It's got that Romney power. It's got that Republican Romney blood.
Yeah.
Amusingly, none of the Nashville players played, so it was fortunate he had a good bench. Pedro Galice, goalkeeper of Orlando, Huhan of right back from Orlando, and Ryan Hollingshead, the left back from Dallas, were emergency substituted and provided him with a clutch 24 points off the bench. That ain't bad.
Ain't bad.
Hat tip to Mr. Older Golder. Well done, sir. The rest of the top 5 went like this. Vatolocos Laton Forever FC, that is someone's name, managed by Europop, that is someone's name.
I think that guy has 2 teams, by the way.
Really?
You're going to read 2 names in that top 5, by the way.
Wow. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Squadcast Ed, managed by a dude called Rodriguez. Oye, vato. Number 4.
Oye, vato.
Vatos.
Go to Little Smokey's
His house and roll a blow. Vatos Locos Viking Mexican Invasion Forever FC, also managed by Europop. And
We got 2 teams in the top 5, dude.
Surprisingly, the LAFC fan came in 5th, but he does not count because he's getting dropped. Bye weeks and double games, so we're not even going to mention his name. Bye weeks and double games, I'm not joking. This week is easy. No teams on a bye, and nobody has a double game week, so nothing to worry about. Remember, though, Montreal, Atlanta, NYCFC, and LAFC are all still alive in the CONCACAF Champions League. None of them play until Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, but they're likely to be proactive about resting players. So you may want to break ties against players on those 4 teams, as even players who start may be subbed early. Fucking thorough. Major injuries. It's all segmented. It's way higher quality
I think
work.
this needs to be like, hey, go check out the rest of this on the website.
Nah, it's almost done. The real one is obviously Joseph Martinez. What a gut shot for Atlanta. He's going to miss the season with an ACL tear, and that's the entire year he's done.
I feel so terrible for Atlanta and all their fan base.
I celebrated just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they busted like us, where he went down and like, he'll play on it.
Yeah, but then now he's for the season, so they get that cap space back. If I had to put money on it, I'd say this is a bad sign for Pity Martinez. Might say I pity him. Well done. At least unless and until Atlanta can replace Joseph Martinez with someone significant. Atlanta will still be a pretty good team, but I'd probably stay away from them for the time being. They're going to be stretched thin in the attack between the injury and the CCL, and their defense had a number of shaky moments against hardly a world beater Nashville. Keep an eye out for Miles Robinson whenever he's back from injury. He was a best 11 defender last season, and they expected huge things from him this year. CJ Sapong, forward out of Chicago, is questionable with a chest injury. There were no other major injuries to concern yourself with, but I'll remind people that Aaron Long, New York Red Bull center back, and Charles Gill, the New England attacking midfielder, and Nicholas Ladero, Seattle's attacking midfielder, are all out with various ailments. And Nani is suspended, I think, for one more game. I noticed a few people who started them. I started Aaron Long for sure. And our dear, sweet Jonathan Dos Santos is still questionable with a groin injury, giggity, but is expected back against Vancouver this weekend. That's all for this week. Good luck in week 2, guys.
Tuck, what's that code for the league again?
I need some water. The code to join the league is TKKP7 VAS as in Sam.
He's joining right now.
Joining right now, Ben. So now you can go. What's going to be your team name?
Squadcast Ben.
Fucking. I think I'm Zero's Heroes. I'm gonna change it. I need something.
Because I put mine's Squadcast Ed, I think, or Ed Squadcast or something. Like
Your
that.
Squadcast Ed.
Yeah.
So creative. So much life.
Where are you in the rankings in the table?
Look,
Then
it's early. It's one season. You can't stress yourself about one season. Ed.
One game.
One game. You
it's all
can't.
good, baby.
Yeah, just one game. We're waiting for our chemistry to get together.
All right, and what about that FIFA Squadcast update?
I remember my buddy Travis Johnson was talking about the chemistry of his fantasy football team once, and we looked at him like he was just the dumbest sumbitch in the world. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about chemistry?
43rd, by the way. 43rd is where Tucker's at.
Where you at?
I'm a 0.
Where you at? Nah,
I'm a
you ain't
0.
at 0.
Dude, yeah, go look at the league
Nah,
standings.
you're not at 0.
I'm
You're
a
dead.
0.
You're dead goddamn last. You're
Look.
the only person below Nestor.
Look right here. It says 0.
Anyway.
Just be weird, man. He's gonna catch you next week, dude.
Who's your guy?
I may catch
Who's your
him.
captain?
I may catch him because he's gonna be the one setting up my team.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, just auto pick that.
That's
shit.
what you do. You do autofill and then you just replace all the people you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Ed did, and he's all the way up in 3rd.
Sup?
And it's technically you're competing against one guy twice.
Yeah.
So technically you're 2nd.
All
You're
right,
counting for the
so
lower one.
3rd.
Counting for the lower one. All right. So
wait, can I ask a
Go ahead.
question about
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah.
real quick? What's a good week? Give me like a over under points for a good week. Like say you
94.
Yeah.
Like
had
I think the dream team. So that you can also look at what's the best team you could have put on the field. And the best team you could have put on the field this week was 150 points. So the guy who's leading our league got 94, doing overall pretty well. But you could have potentially set out, got a decent lead ahead of
Yeah, I
everybody.
mean, like any fantasy, you got to see
so it's
matchups.
like
and stuff,
75
man.
points a good week. Like
It's decent. Just keeping pace. Yeah. I
Nice.
mean, you get half of the dream team. I take it. You obviously want as close to that number as possible, but no Galaxy player made the dream week or dream team, whatever it's called.
And then
of the
always
week.
pick a forward or a midfielder as your captain. You're a safe bet with that.
Highest scoring player this week was it Kyle Duncan? Is that the kid's name? Something Duncan. Who's a right back.
Really?
Apparently, yeah, or a defender at least. I don't know. It's New York, man. Fucking shit gets crazy out on the East Coast, Ed. Ready for some FIFA, sir?
Let's do it.
Let me get one more chug of the water here.
It's a lot of reading for you, man.
It's really not a lot of reading, but
We got to condense these, man.
I want people to. Yeah, they're too damn long. FIFA week, it's FIFA week 2 updates. Did you see Giuseppe, the esports FIFA guy?
Oh,
The penalty,
yeah.
that's some bullshit.
That sucks, dude.
But I love the idea of Johan Cruyff in a Galaxy jersey. It just made me so happy. I love Cruyff. He's the best. If you don't know a whole lot of old soccer, like hop on YouTube, hit a little Johan Cruyff, fucking get that into your world. As a man who understood the game. FIFA Week 2 updates. 82.4% of the league has played all 14 of their matches. Well done, fellas. Keep it up. Top 5 teams for Week 2 are PSG, first place coached by Mr. Goofy Goobert. We really have weird names on this show. PSG with 14 wins, 0 ties, and no losses is the best team in the league right now. They have scored an astonishing 74 goals in 14 games and is currently at 42 points. With the main attacking 4 of Kylian Mbappe, Edison Cavani, Neymar, and Angel Di Maria, I don't think anyone can stop this team right now. I bet you Ed with Watford will hand them their first loss. I hear Watford's pretty good at doling out losses to quote-unquote unbeaten teams.
No.
You know what I'm talking about, Ed. Challenge them. Call them out.
I was so mad that Watford beat Liverpool this weekend.
You're the only Watford fan that was upset at that win.
I wanted them to go undefeated this year
Why? What do you care?
because I can't
You
stand
just can't stand
Arsenal.
Arsenal? Yeah, that's
And fuck Tucker's friend.
right. You're at the win.
No, you're a Man United
You're a Man
fan.
United fan.
Oh, because Liverpool.
Oh, because God.
Yeah.
This is what England, man. Just support Argentinian soccer with me. Then if
You
you,
know
were really
what?
mad at
I
Ed,
would've-
you'd set him on fire.
I would have
You
guessed.
know what the Pope's team? I'll roll with the Pope's
Bro,
team.
San Lorenzo. Ben, let me tell you about San Lorenzo.
No,
let
we
me
don't have
educate
time.
you about San
No.
Lorenzo. San
We're
Lorenzo's a
not-
beautiful
no,
team.
Just
All right.
ain't got time for that.
Well,
That's a
Patreon.
That's
Patreon.
Patreon
Patreon.
episode.
Patreon.
That's
Patreon
Patreon episode right there.
Can they go the whole season undefeated like the quote Invincibles, or are they going to lose like Liverpool did to Watford B Gang this past weekend? Holy shit, that's actually in there. In second place,
because it's Jerry Bear, bro.
yeah. Oh,
Not Jerry Bear.
in at second place, we have Tottenham Hotspur, who is coached by Mr. Uncle Sam with a record of 12 wins, 1 tie, and 1 loss. Tottenham Hotspurs are sitting pretty in second with 37 points, having scored 67 goals in 14 games. The Spurs are a dangerous goal-scoring team. Uncle Sam is finally looking like his old self again. Sir, I'm sure you have the backing, the full, complete backing of the nation of England and Mr. James Powell, which to me are basically the same thing. In third place, we have Man City, who is coached by Mr. Trill OG. Sounds like a strain of marijuana, with 10 wins, 4 ties, and 0 losses. Man City is still undefeated in this league. They have 34 points and 40 goals scored across 14 so far in 14 games. Man City are an attacking threat and are holding it down on the defense. Trill OG is one of the newest members to join this league and is already considered one of the top players here. Watch out for City. Fourth place, we have Juventus, who, holy shit, this is long. So we're just going to go ahead and skip this because I'm not going to lie. It's getting a little, Jared, you're doing a great job as commissioner, but let's dial it in just a little bit.
I mean, we can put him on the website.
Yeah. Juve in fourth, coached by Juan 1951, doing very well, 10-2-1. Is this
I just want to hear more about San Lorenzo, so we're gonna play some
yes.
some chanting.
Oh, I'm not gonna forget. We're gonna talk about San Lorenzo. Fifth place, we have Man United, who's coached by Code Brown, or better known as BR Leo, who has 11 wins, 1 tie, and 2 losses. Scored 50 goals, doing very, very well, sir. Well done. And completing the top 10 teams, we have Little Taco with Napoli. Love that name. In sixth place, Mr. OC Terps with Real Madrid in seventh. Juan Silva 06 with Lazio in eighth. And Jer Bear with Valencia in ninth. And R. Pena with Inter Milan in 10th place. Top 5 goal scorers in week 2. Coming in at number 1, we have Fuck Mbappe with 51 goals for PSG. Number 2, we have the Big Red Monster Kane with 31 goals for Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, I love the nicknames. In at number 3, we have Sonaldo, the Korean guy, Son with 28 goals for Spurs.
Oh.
I couldn't remember his first name. Or last name. I don't know how that works. In the number 4, we have.
So we just go with Korean guy.
Yeah. Number 4, we have Ciro Immobile with 26 goals for Lazio. And in at number 5, we have Anthony Martial for Manchester United with 26 goals. It's really looking like Kylian Mbappe is running away with the Golden Boot this season, but we will have plenty of weeks left. Who will take over the number 1 spot for week 3? Tune in next week to find out. Week 3 has already started, so get those games in, fellas.
Woo! Nice. All right, I think that's it for the show. Anything else before we get out of here, guys?
Galaxy's rumored to an Edison Alvarez as a center back plays at Ajax right now. Reports were that it was turned down.
Yeah.
One of the few rumors I can actually speak on because I've watched him play. Plays a little defensive midfield. Very, very talented. Plays for Mexico. Scored in... I wrote this down. He scored a couple times for them. He seems like he's an on-the-cusp player for Mexico. I don't watch a ton of the national team, so I won't pretend that I know. Oh, he scored against Panama in the Nations League.
We make stars, man. You seen the tuna?
You know what's weird? He's also played at the point of a 3-man midfield. So, like, if you're looking for a little additional attacking threat who is also a defensive presence that can also play center back, like, he works. We have one international spot left. Kind of, it could work. The most important thing, whether it's him or somebody else, it's clear that we're still shopping for big talent. Ajax bought him for $17 million like 2 years ago. So it's. But
we'll buy him for $350.
He's not playing.
$3.50.
It seems like a Fabio Alvarez with the Galaxy. We're like, let's get him in on loan, see what we can do. And then maybe we can work out some sort of long balloon, some sort of long payment structure that we probably would have had with Alan Franco. My last weird stat.
Wait, is Franco dead?
It's not dead. It looks like if it's going to happen, it'll be in the summer. But it looks like we're shopping now, which is the more important thing. Window isn't closed for us until May, so we still have time to do some business.
So
incoming.
Franco just staying until the end of the.
He played for Independiente today, so I imagine, or by the time you're listening to this, he played yesterday. So and he played the full 90 again, and he played the full 90 the game before. So I imagine it looks like they're planning on holding on to him.
And their season's done now, though, isn't it?
No, San Lorenzo played just the other day.
But I thought that this was the end of their year. This week.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know San Lorenzo's schedule.
I think they may have one more game next weekend, but I think that's it. I think I'm pretty sure that's the end of the whatever the Clausura or whatever it is down there at this point. The
Bro, it's
Tornado this
Argentinian
summer.
Super League. Come on.
Well,
Bro, you're San Lorenzo. You got to get on board with this.
No, I'm talking the season. The season, what they do. You know,
They still have, they still have Copa de Superliga matches. It looks like Independiente does. So I guess their season might be over. Yeah. But he's not. It looks like he's at least that's what all the talk was. He's not coming until the summer if he's coming at all. Only 3, and this was like this was the stat I was worrying about while we were in there. Only 3 Mexican Galaxy players have scored on their debut. Hernandez obviously not being one of them. Care to take a guess? It's not a game. But
Gio.
if you can't, Gio is one. Gio scored in his debut. Hurtado is not Mexican, so that makes it really difficult.
Racist.
Yeah. Same difference.
Hermosillo, Antonio Martinez, and Giovanni Dos Santos. 3 Mexicans to score on their Galaxy debut.
Not even familiar.
2003, I think. I don't know. I don't have my roster list up. Most impressive start from a Mexican overall was Jose Vasquez in 1996. He assisted in his debut and then scored in the following 2 games, playing right back.
Mauricio in the live chat says March 8th is the end of the season in Argentina.
Boom.
So this weekend.
One more.
This weekend.
Yeah.
And then we'll see him in 2 weeks.
Could be.
No, it's not happening.
They're not letting him go.
No,
They're not going to let that. What it's coming down to is they're not going to let him go. Lastly, the Galaxy. Just a quick little ding note. I like to big up the Galaxy when they do something that I like, and sometimes those come few and far between. But when they do things that I like, I want to big up, and it should be noted. Have you seen the alumni wines? Did you see this?
Oh yeah.
You see this? The Galaxy sent out wood engraved or wood burned in boxes with a Galaxy 25 alumni crest, and they sent them out to players. And it had a bottle of gratitude wine from Promise Wines. The latest vintage that I was able to find on their website currently goes for $175 a bottle. I imagine the Galaxy got some sort of bulk deal.
They got some wholesale deal on that. Yeah.
It seemed like they got some sort of wholesale deal.
You can get a Costco for like $35.
But Julian Valentine posted a picture of his.
That was amazing.
Kevin Hartman posted a picture of his. So I used some contacts and asked people, and I was like, hey, just so I'm wondering, like, what? Because we all understand there's a tier. I would like to do this at some point. Go through like, where are you in the Galaxy tier? Like 1 through 5. Yeah, ranking overall players.
The Cultaholic did that. With
that's what. And I really enjoyed that. So like doing like a tier, like Kevin Hartman's number 1 upper echelon tier Galaxy player. So I asked, I was like, so
That's a ban.
what tier? Really? Oh, that's right. You're wrong about Kevin Hartman.
He's a hater.
But I asked, I said, well, what tier of Galaxy player if Julian Valentine got one? I'm like, all right, well, I'm assuming a lot of people got one.
It was pretty like touching. There's like the guy. You guys probably don't know me. The most unrecognizable Galaxy player.
No, I would say Eli Allen. You think he got one?
So I inquired.
He's not shooting up heroin in like a back alley at a Burger King or something like that.
In Alaska, he went back home presumably. Yeah. I asked every ex-Galaxy player that's domestic that they have an address for got a bottle of wine. Like if they could track them down, from my understanding anyway, if they could track them down and they were an ex-player, they were able to get a bottle of wine to them.
So who was the most likely who didn't get a bottle of wine?
Mike Randolph.
I would assume Edson Buttle.
Edson Buttle definitely got one.
You could have sent a former alcoholic a bottle of wine.
Is he an alcoholic?
Yeah, dude.
I don't remember that.
Santino Quaranta? He's another one.
They sent him a fucking cheeseburger. Stamped with the Galaxy logo on top of the bun.
$175 though. I think that's classy. I like the classy. I like the classy, and I'm a big fan of, we all know this, I'm a big fan of Galaxy history, big fan of alumni, taking care of our own and
do you think they did it
cherishing
to just inactive players?
Like Zlatan didn't get one?
Or like the Villarreal brothers?
So I don't know. Well, where they're domestic, right? They probably got one. My understanding is for Europe and like Central America, they're working on the process of shipping those out. So we may end up seeing another round of those later with hopefully some more players. It'd be great. I love the program though. It's beautiful.
Cool. And then on the last note before we head out here, big shout out to Sean Franklin. Announced his retirement. I think a little too soon, but hey, man, that's
He didn't play last year.
I know. He could have played.
I would have him back here in a heartbeat. Like, take senior
Put him
minimum.
center
Take
back,
senior
man.
minimum and come back.
That Juninho deal, man.
Yeah.
Bring him back. Just bring him back for the hearts.
Take senior minimum. Like, give him Acosta's roster spot, and let him walk around and sign things and wave and clap, and retire a Galaxy player like that. I wish DTK was a little better at that.
Yeah, and they should have I know a couple of MLS players did like a 1-day contract. I forget who did. Someone did one recently in Houston.
It's hard. Like, apparently it's hard because of the registration. But it's like, lie to us. You lie to us about so much shit. We didn't even talk about Hernandez being captain. Not that those two things are connected at all. But like, you lie to us about so much shit. Like, lie to us and tell us Sean Franklin retired as a Galaxy player. Yeah. Let him sign a contract, hold up a jersey, smile, like sit in front of a video camera and go, "Hey, it means so much to be back, blah, 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 blah." And then we're like, "Hey, fucking..."
Because you can't let his last team be Vancouver.
Yes, like, goddamn, lie to us. Like, you're so good at it. You guys are so good at bullshitting us about things that aren't important.
After he's like, I'm going to go on like a 20-minute tirade about complimenting the Galaxy. He's like, man, fuck these dudes flying for
I'm not saying fuck them. I'm not saying fuck them. I'm saying, hey, I'm complimenting them. Yeah. You're really, really talented at spinning bullshit narratives in a way that highlights you in a more positive light than you probably deserve. This would be a great opportunity to do that. And I like to think like he'd play his role. Like, I like to think these guys will play their role.
All right, Benjamin, you want to play that outro song, man? Where can they find you on the socials, Producer Ben?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben. You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com. Chris, where can they find you on the socials, man?
At ZeroCool138 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm probably quitting my job on Thursday, so I'll be around a whole lot more to talk to if you like.
You can find
Speaking of which.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on there, baby. Riot Squadcast. Like, share. Make sure you're hitting the retweet button. That does a tremendous amount for us. Just, you clicking a share button.
We're gonna go to Little Smokey's house.
Exactly.
Racist.
You can go to the website, riotsquadcast.com, where we're going to have write-ups up there. We'll have the prediction game. Hopefully by the end of the week, but go to our socials and you'll see the link from Big Tony. You can also go to patreon.com/riotsquadcast. $5 a month. Help out the show. Help us keep doing all these episodes. We try to do an episode a week. I know we're going to have some special ones coming up pretty soon. I don't know if Ben wants to talk about those.
No, we will have some special ones coming up soon, and we will have a big announcement next week about the Patreon.
All right. So go to there.
And it helps us out.
Yeah.
It helps us out.
Go there. It'll help us out tremendously.
We're trying to find Ben a ticket. Like, this is one last Hail Mary to
a couple.
I
don't know the status of that season ticket yet.
We're shooting for one at a minimum.
Yeah.
If you know what, if you have a spare, just get in contact. We want to fill the stadium out as much as possible anyway. If you've got a spare, if you've got one available, you got somebody on the fence.
If you need to sell it, we more than likely will hit you with the retweet.
Absolutely.
And share. So
don't gouge though. If you price gouge, I'm never gonna fucking retweet you.
All right.
If you price gouge, I'm gonna block you. Like, I'll let you know right now.
And then he's gonna stab you.
No, I'll forget you ever existed because that's how my mind works.
I'll stab him though.
Okay.
Yeah, Ben's got a history. Have you heard of this show?
And then I'll show him my butthole.
So, threat.
All right.
Offer.
On that note, hopefully we see you all Saturday, bright and early.
Come say hello. Tailgate opens at 3.
Bye.
We miss you. Good to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
G's up.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!